Hello, everyone, and welcome. Good morning to the Realms of Pugmire playing Fetch Session 2. I am Travis Legge. My pronouns are he and they, and I am going to be serving as your guide this morning. With me, we have a wonderful cast of lovely individuals, and we're going to start things off this week with introductions with our missing cast member who had gone off on a very important quest of their own last week and was not able to be here. So please, if you wouldn't mind, introduce yourself, Krista. Please tell us who you are, what you do, who you're playing, your pronouns, their pronouns, and anything you would like to promote.
Costumed. And so if you want to see that and you're not tired after this, because I know I will be, but I'm still going to be there. You can also find me over at Lawful Stupid RPG on Saturdays, where I play a Heroes of Theros campaign. And today I'm so excited to finally be joining you guys, because I'm very excited for this character. As Kelly can tell you, I've been wanting to play a turtle for a very long time. And I'm going to be so long. I am going to be playing a turtle gun dog, who I would like to call a gun tort, whose name is Oz. I use they or she pronouns, and Oz uses he pronouns.
Beautiful. And I'm going to introduce myself again because I had my audio screwed up. I'm Travis, he, they, the guide. We're playing Realms of Pugmire. Sorry about that. My apologies for tech happening so early in the morning. And speaking of early in the morning, Kelly, please give us your pronouns.
Hello, everybody. I'm Kelly. I'm the host over at twitch.tv/dorktales, also found on YouTube and where podcasts are sold, distributed, or smuggled. It is very early for me, and I made a mistake of at 11 p.m. being like, I'll start a video game to tire myself out, and then it was 2:30 in the morning, and I'm like, I'm dumb.
I was at an arcade until 1 a.m. I feel you.
Oh my God, we're stupid, Krista. Krista and I are both on the West Coast.
Right, so it's extra early for you. I was out last night till midnight, but I got to sleep.
Oh God, we're all stupid.
We're too old for this.
Great. All right. So my pronouns are he and him, as is as those of my character, Heraldrick Bones, a crusading Scotty Terrier. And I'm very excited to be here today, because it's going to be a lot of fun. As Krista said, I'm running a game in 4 hours. And then again in 10 hours, something like that.
Well, we're excited to have you.
My second in 24.
And we will do our best to remind people to go over to Dork Tales to check out those various games. If you've not yet subscribed to them, what are you doing with your life? That's my question to you today.
Hey, seriously.
Go over there, give them a follow, give them a sub. Great content always on the channel, which is why we're always inviting them to join us. And thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to crawl out of bed so early in the day and be a wonderful little Scotty for us.
Oh.
I appreciate it. Next up, that brings us to Tim Stotts. Please give us your pertinence.
Hello, I am Tim Stotts. He, him. Don't mind a they, though. And my character is Brisby, who is he, him, and also I'd like to think is progressive enough not to mind a they or whatever. And let's see. I'm not particularly streaming or doing a bunch of live stuff. We're looking at doing some in-person improv shows coming up pretty soon in the Rockford area and Chicago area. But probably not going to be streaming them primarily because it's not great for improv. Because in comedy, timing is
Key.
Important. Anyway, and also I started a hemp dispensary, ACS Plus hempdispensary.com, or in the Rockford area, you can look us up. And it is also kind of early for me, but apparently I was lame, and like Travis and I were supposed to hang out last night, but I'm like, I don't know, man. I worked a lot today. It's kind of late, and I'm going to be 50 in a couple months, so...
Abandoning me alone to try to fight the crowds and go say hi to Holland all by myself.
I failed my morale roll.
That's all right. And you routed right to bed.
And then somebody cast a sleep spell on me.
If Tim had a stat block, it would say if he fails a morale check, he goes directly to sleep.
I failed every saving throw and just hung out in bed with some delightful Delta 9 gummies to help me sleep. And
Beautiful.
now I'm here.
Shit.
That was a good segue, good self promo. I give it 8 stars out of 10. And speaking of 10 stars, and people who didn't have to crawl out of bed early for this, Bianca, please give us your pertinence.
Oh, sorry, it was my phone
that's
ringing.
okay. Are you okay? Do you need a moment? Do we need to stall for time?
No, it's all right. It's the dual technology this day. It's the doorbell is hooked up to my phone, unfortunately.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah. You're having a bad appliance day. We know a lot about that here in Round.
Yeah. But anyway, my name is Bianca. Hello. I live in Europe. So right now it is 5:00 p.m. for me, which means that my Sunday is almost over. Jesus Christ. I have not had a fun weekend either, unfortunately.
Well, that's unfortunate.
It's been raining cats and dogs lately here, so it's like not
topical.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking
trapped indoors.
Well, speaking of raining cats and dogs, I think we're about to dive in. But first, Bianca, who are you playing?
Yes, so I am playing as a scholarly cat named Liam. Pronouns for the character he, him. My pronouns is she, her. I unfortunately have nothing to promote at the moment.
Well, we will wait with bated breath until you do. That is fine, because you do fine work, and I look forward to seeing what you do next. But before we dive into all of that, I need to remind everyone that right now, They Came From Beneath the Sea is on sale over at Drive-Thru RPG. It is They Came From month. So right now you can get They Came From Beneath the Sea for 10% of its cover price. Not 10% off, 10% off. You can enjoy the B-movie madness for the low cost of, I believe it's $2.
Holy crap.
There is literally no reason not to run out right now and buy not only yourself, but your loved ones copies of They Came From Beneath the Sea. And I will throw a link to that in the chat momentarily. The other thing I do want to just make sure I make you all aware of is that we are ramping up the crowdfunding for Scion God. That's going to be going directly through BackerKit. Normally, I'm pretty well informed on how all these things are going to work, but I'm just as in the dark as everybody else. So hang on tight. This is going to be a fun ride.
It's going straight to BackerKit?
Looks like it. That's what I'm getting the impression of. So
my copy of Demigod just showed up yesterday, actually.
Beautiful. Yeah, I think
and
we're
my
trying.
Copy of Hunter just showed up on Wednesday. It's weird.
I think we're trying something new. I'm hoping my copy of Squeaks in the Deep shows up before this stream ends, which I suspect it will. But just because I have a nice big stack of physical, lovely books here. Last month was Pugmire month. You would have had the opportunity to get this for half off, but you missed it. Pay attention. Every month we have a different game, so you want to make sure you're checking the Monday meeting notes each week to see what's on sale. I think that all the bills are paid now. Ready to tell a story?
Hell yeah.
All right, let's do this. Let's do this again. Sorry, I had a technical malfunction. So when last we met, you all had just left Morty's Tower. On your way to, you'd done a little bit of carousing around Mutt Town and gathered a few pieces of information. Does that sound about accurate?
Mm-hmm.
And you were
sounds about right.
going to be at the docks to meet Oz, this captain that has been hired by Morty Corgi. The information that you have discovered so far is that there are four pieces of 4 items that Morty is seeking. Saturn's Sight, which is currently located at the Lonely Tower on the island of Stormheart. A Lasso of Pliability, which is in the hands of a shadow block cat named Crowley Von Longhair in Port Matthew.
I have plausibility. I'm glad you clarified that. Sounds like pretty different powers.
I want a Lasso of Plausibility.
Talk about a Deus Ex Machina. That doesn't make any sense. Layer of plausibility. We're retconned. It's retconning everything.
It could be.
Sure, that kid could have been Peter Parker in Iron Man 2. Who cares?
It's plausible.
The timeline doesn't work, but screw it.
That's it. I'm making a new masterwork called the Pen of Plausibility. But before I make the Pen of Plausibility, so you can just rewrite reality.
Is that mightier than the Sword of Plausibility?
I would assume so, yes.
Okay, that's for editing, I guess. It's the Sword of Implausibility, because it...
There you go.
Right.
Got it!
See, we're just coming up with a new Canis Minor book right here on
Which
the
one
spot.
would be more effective against a Gordian knot, though? Very vaguely plausible.
I mean,
it depends if you want to get Gordian naughty.
all right. I'm going to just put an end to this so I can get through the rest of the list.
It's Mr. Scott's if you're naughty.
The third thing
yes,
you
Mr.
need.
Stotts.
The third thing you need is the Icy Heart of a Dragon, which is found in the underneath. And the fourth thing that you need is a powerful source of necromancy. Morty had suggested the canine teeth of a cat or dog infected with vampirism, but any masterwork with sufficient death energy will suffice. You also did discover, as you were asking around for clues, there are vampires in Houndton, according to the locals here in Mutttown. And traders from Mutttown, people going there for business, do not lurk after dark. There's an entrance to the underneath in Waterdog Port that's pretty close to the lair of the dragon. Word is there are 2 rodents there who have visited the Heart of the Dragon and know the way. You also did get names for those rodents. I just didn't have them last session. So if you'd like to take a note on those rodents' names, they are... While I'm looking up those rodents' names, because I thought I had them exported and I didn't.
May I ask, what was the first item on the list again?
The first item on
Saturn's
the
Sight.
Yep, Saturn's Sight.
Saturn's Sight. Yeah.
Yep.
Like the planet.
Like the planet. And Saturn's Sight is rumored to have the ability to find any one treasure that the captain of the ship that it is affixed to seeks out. It will unerringly lead to that treasure, but only once per ship. So if you want to use that ability, you have to use it again. The other thing that you would have learned that I neglected to mention last session is that while that ship is under the effects of Saturn's Sight, its crew is generally cursed with bad luck, particularly around games of chance.
Amazing.
Could have mentioned that.
Yep. Now you know, and knowing is half the battle. But that only affects while it is attached to the ship itself. And the 2 rodents that you could meet your contacts in Waterdog Port, should you choose, are Rosie Squeaks and Guild Scrounger.
In which port again?
Waterdog Port.
Waterdog Port. And that was attached to the Fang?
They're the ones who know the directions to the lair of the dragon.
Oh, the dragon. Okay, they're the dragon. My notes are hastily scribbled.
As they should be.
That's the wrong layer, Krista. LAIR, not
Yes, the layer of, not the
LAIR.
layer cake of the dragon. The
See, I was thinking it was like the layer, like a Photoshop thing. And,
No.
yeah.
oh yeah,
No,
yeah.
it was
The
Rosie
dragon
Squeaks
works
and-
exclusively in Photoshop.
in Photoshop.
Whilst carousing, you did also learn that Morty Corgi has always hired out adventurers to take on quests for him, but has been doing so with much greater frequency the past few months. The rumor around town is that he must be planning something relatively big. And
Interesting.
you learned that there's an old ally of Morty's named Reggie the Untrustworthy, who may have a potent source of necromancy and has been seen hanging around Port Matthew lately. And the last piece of data you learned while carousing was there's an elderly cat named Dreamerella von Angora who lives a half day's journey into the fearful forest. She lives in an old cottage by herself. She might also hold a masterwork or two of great necromantic power, but getting her apart with it is another matter entirely. So that is what you have gathered in your carousing. As you head to the docks, to the particular dock you were directed to by Morty, you see a ship sort of just being moored into place as the turtle captain stands on the gangplank, kind of shouting commands to the few deckhands who have been hired to help get this ship ready to go. So please, if you wouldn't mind, Krista, describe for us what the party sees as they approach Oz.
Oz is a rather large turtle, like very tortoisey, and it has very simple clothing, like doesn't look very fancified or anything like that. Very very well worn, but well tended to and well cared for and clean, or as clean as one can be on the seas. But he has a very nice and clearly very new hat. That is a very nice pirate hat. That sits. It doesn't look like it belongs on him, but it sits very jauntily on his head. And he moves as one would expect a tortoise to move, very slowly, but also seemingly without purpose. Like he never really stops. It's all just kind of, it's like Jack Sparrow, but in slow motion.
I love
just kind of constantly pointing at things and then listening to something else. And yes.
Beautiful. So you see this as Oz is now, as Oz is giving orders to these folks, what's Oz's demeanor? Are you shouting orders? Are you very gently telling people what to do? What's your right now? This is so basically like the deckhands that work at the dock themselves are getting your ship into port and locked down. You have been given,
right.
You've earned a basic ship by saving your money up. However, Morty Corgi has hired you, and in that hiring has also provided a little bit of credit at the shipwrights to make some improvements to your ship, should you need it for the journey ahead.
Wonderful. He's probably every time he asks, he'll say, yes, if you just patch that one up right there. Yes, that, on my last ship, we patched this up with this kind of, just like telling stories about everything and then realizing he has to pay attention to something else and dropping that story and going off to be like, oh, actually, can you maybe?
Excellent.
But then start talking about, on my last ship, something. Yeah.
It becomes very apparent as the rest of you approach that this must be the captain. What would you like to do?
You're obviously the captain. I can tell by the hat.
Very important.
Oh. Well, thank you.
Greetings. Yes. Might you be the one that we've been sent to meet? He'll call from the dockside. So this is like a rather short grayish white terrier with like a very the mustache grew back, so it's full mustache and battered plate armor.
That's right. Yeah, you took a bit of a beating last session.
But you allowed the mustache to grow back, and that's why I'm still here.
Otherwise, you're done.
I'm just done. It's in my contract.
The mustache guarantee.
You must be the boat in need of a crew. Wait, no, sorry. The crew in need of a boat.
Boat.
Yes. What? If you're a boat, why do you need a crew?
Is the boat moored at this point, Travis?
They're getting it moored. I mean, it's safe enough to walk onto if you like.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking since I'm a mouse that I would scamper on the mooring ropes.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a traverse check. It would be a dexterity check using traverse, I should say.
Sure. Yes. I think I've got that. Yeah, I've got that as a skill too. So
excellent. So it would be your dexterity bonus plus your proficiency bonus.
Okay, got it.
Then a d20.
Got it. So that'll be a 17 total.
Yeah, you pretty much for the duration of this scene have run of the ship's rope structure. If you want to scamper up the mooring ropes, you can. If you want to scamper up into the rigging, you can navigate the boat flawlessly pretty much for the remainder of the scene.
I'm essentially just introducing myself in a chipper way as I scamper up the ropes and then just kind of plop on the deck and go to shake the hand of our captain.
He'll reach out and say, well, you've clearly been on one of these before. You're going up and down real quickly, aren't you?
Yes, and I have a knack for getting out when the ship starts to sink.
Oh, I'm sure we won't have that problem. It's only happened on 2 or 3 of the ships I've been on. Not a problem, not to worry about.
Those odds are okay, I guess.
Well, I have been on many ships, so yes, not bad odds.
What?
Good enough.
The dockmaster, a pug of remarkable girth, comes walking out and says, "Oz, my boy, it is good to see you. This is Portmaster Jones."
But of course, Master Jones, I was friends with your predecessor. It's lovely to meet you again.
Yes, friends, that is one way to put it. I'm told that you may have, on a previous crew you were on, there may have been some cargo that you might have dropped at the first sight of Realms tax ships. Is that accurate?
Well, I can't always maintain the memories of what my previous crewmates might have done, but if things fell off of a boat, it can't be said that I was part of it. And of course, if the captain said to do something, of course you're going to follow the captain's orders because that's what you do with captains, you see. And so there's definitely been times where things have gone over. And he just won't stop. He'll just keep mumbling.
Well, you see, Oz, that's all well and good, but my predecessor has left me behind this note of debit. Now, it says here that you owe the docks many coins. So, there has been a payment of many coins as well as some additional resources made by your benefactor. Would you care to cut into that to pay that debt, or would you care to hold that debt and bring me back the coins separately on your return?
Well, I wouldn't want to take advantage of a new benefactor at all. So perhaps it would be best if we maintain this debt and hold this as part of it and proof that I have a benefactor, of proof that I will have coin coming in, because I am off on an adventure and we're sure to find many of new treasures. I'm sure.
Wonderful, because I would hate to have to send bounty hunters after you. He pats you on the shoulder and turns and starts to walk away.
He go.
At this point, I'd like to kind of nudge the turtle. What was your character's name again? I'm so sorry.
Oz.
Oz, that's right. And say, look, this Morty guy's loaded. Why don't you just let him pay off your debt?
Well, I wouldn't want to take advantage of someone like that. You know, honest day's work for honest day's pay, and didn't want to. You know, it's my first work for Morty, and I didn't want to start off a relationship on that kind of mistrust.
Okay. But I mean, he's loaded. That's what loaded people are for, is to get money from. That's about the size of it.
I would like to think that if we all do a terribly good job, which I'm terribly sure we will, perhaps he'll be willing to be a little forthcoming with that wealth, and then I shall be well and covered. And honestly, the mishap that he's speaking of, the debt, it wasn't even my fault. So perhaps we'll come across someone that it was their fault, and perhaps we can get them to take up the honesty and do it themselves.
I guess our first destination is to the island of perhaps. Okay, well, hey, none of my business. Just saying.
What are
On
you
that
saying
note-
up there?
Yeah, I wonder.
are
We're going to the island of perhaps. I wasn't aware that was one of our destinations, but I'm willing to put it on the map.
Liam and
Also, she doesn't get turns of phrase very well. I'm sorry. You were. I'm sorry.
He, sorry.
He,
Oh,
yeah,
it's
your
he,
pronouns.
yes,
Yeah.
apologies.
Liam,
at this point, does Liam and Dr. Bones board?
is the gangplank down? Because
Yeah.
Yes,
I was
it
about-
is.
Is it down? Okay, because I'm not gonna make a fancy entry like that. I'm just like, I'm too important to put in too much effort, so I'm gonna just use my two legs. Just kind of standing there waiting, like trying not to seem too interested in the conversation that's going on the ship, because it's fragile ego. I'm like, I'm too important. If it's important too, they would have let us know, right? But yes, ready to board.
At this
Ready to
stage, the shipwright walks up and says, "So you've got a fair bit of credit here, as looks like Morty Corgi pulled out all the stops for you. He's not like sending you on some kind of suicide mission or something, is he?"
I would expect not. I suppose, if not with these fine gentlemen here, I'm sure.
Oh, of course, yeah. Right. Yeah. Why would they? So while you're getting your ship's articles worked out, we'll bring out the list of modifications and have those set up for you. Does that sound reasonable?
That sounds perfectly pleasant. Thank you so much.
Bring up the showroom. And they start bringing up like various cannons and magical rods that can be attached.
Hell yes.
They start bringing out armor reinforcements, just samples, like swatches,
Amazing.
and floor models of these things. And they're explaining how they
Is this
work.
a cannon for ants?
they probably have those.
And there
Probably.
are two things that you will need to generate to become a true pirate ship. You will need to set up. Well, you do not need to set up a set of ship's articles. Ship's articles act as the morality of your crew and allow you to take dedicated positions in the crew, which give you certain benefits. So if you would like to draft articles, it's a collection of 3 rules that bind the crew. These can be any 3 terms the crew agree upon, which determine the way the crew behaves and the types of adventures they seek out.
Nice.
One of the rules must be a forbiddance, something that's not allowed, and is grounds to expel someone from the crew, up to and making them walk the plank. It generally starts with never. A captain who breaks the forbiddance can be subjected to mutiny. So what would you think should be the 3 articles of your ship? And do you have a name in mind for your ship?
Oh goodness. I mean, Oz would probably name it the Wild Adventure.
That's beautiful. It's Oz's ship, so Oz gets to pick the name.
Hell yeah.
So the Wild Adventure, what are the articles of the Wild Adventure? And this should be something that the whole group can contribute to. So is there anything that, usually we like to do them as 2 always and a never, but you can also make them however you want, as long as 1 never is included.
Travis, I was looking up in the PDFs that I got from you, the looking up articles, and I didn't.
It's in Pirates of Pugmire.
I don't know that I have that one. I have the Pugmire core rules and the Squeaks
I
and the
do.
deep.
One second.
Yeah.
Never surrender. Never
There
skip
we go.
breakfast.
Page 50.
Page
That's
50, is that what it is?
honestly, I'm not gonna. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Are these more player terms or are they more?
These are
like,
the terms that they're not necessarily written, though they often are on a ship, like framed somewhere. This is something
Would
that
you like
characters
the-
definitely come to in world. What was that?
I was gonna say that. Did you want some of the examples for those of you that didn't have the book?
Yeah, why don't you go ahead
Yes,
and read those
please.
out?
Yeah.
So like once is every pirate of the crew gets an equal share of the spoils. This ship is a democracy, except when boarding or being boarded. Never leave a crewmate behind.
Oh, that's a good one always.
Some are prisoners or dead weight. At least 2 crew members must always be on deck. Never give an enemy comfort or mercy.
That doesn't seem like an Oz thing.
No. There's
As far
also
as I
like
know.
leftover plunder shall go to the less fortunate. Greet the sun with a smile, the moon with a song, and enemies as friends. Never refuse to help the sick or wounded.
These sound like Krista things.
These are very Krista things. Very much so.
Cottagecore piracy.
Out of respect to our turtle captain, take these things and always, do that.
Yeah.
Always.
Yes. Always snip your
Destroy
6-pack plastics.
Your 6-pack yolks.
Exactly.
No plastic straws.
Yes. Crew will never use plastic straws.
That's right. I think we should go the other way. I think we should, if the straws are going to get stuck in the turtles' throats and stuff, we should have them seasoned with a delightful seafood, like kind of
Very-
like
Oh,
Zatarans. Every straw should have this. That way the turtles marinated.
Zatarans?
Yeah, or something like
It's-
that,
Pre-soup.
Yeah, I mean, let's
Yeah.
make turtle soup out of this. So, anyway,
Offended. Turtle glare just like slowly sinks into his shell. No,
Turtle power.
yes, so much turtle power. Yeah.
was
I
there
think
an
so.
example of a never in there, Krista?
Yeah, they're like never refuse to help the sick or wounded. Like probably something along those lines. Like never abandon someone in need. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
good.
Is that a universal? Everyone's good with never abandon someone in need?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
I'm pretty good with that. Yeah. Why not get on the
local
SS
cat
Bernie
okay
Bro
with that?
sociology experiment?
I think like begrudgingly might accept that.
Okay.
Very begrudgingly going like, oh, okay, well, if it is what the people want, then I suppose, yes, I can find the grace within me to offer that.
The concept of need. They need to really need it.
Yes.
Do we
so
wanna-
we might go like, this might be up for like subjective discussion.
Do we want to say someone in dire need? Do we want to like add a qualifier to that need so that you can back out if you need to?
I think someone in dire need would probably help a
Fantastic.
bit. So, because I think Liam would be very quick to dismiss
Right.
some people, but I
It's not
need
dire.
this pen.
Well, yeah,
He still has 3 paws. That's not dire.
We'll be rolling up. Yeah, we'll be rolling up on somebody. Excuse me, I have a short questionnaire. Are your needs dire?
Dire.
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
If you're below an 8, just keep going.
Exactly.
Sorry. When the fire spreads to more parts of your ship, maybe we'll swing around and we'll talk then.
Just
Not
call.
in dire need. They're on a ship. It's in water. Water can be used to extinguish the flames.
That's
Yeah, if
right.
they're off the ship with the sharks. Unless we know the sharks.
Right.
Well,
Those,
then
those
they
are,
might be in dire need when they are close to the sharks. For now, they're on the boat. That's in flames.
Yeah.
All right.
Near water. It's fine.
perfect feline logic.
Yes.
Just create catness.
A ship fire would be pretty bad news, though, like in that our ships are made out of like toxic smelling plastic, right? Like most of them are.
Your hulls are made out of plastic. So
Well, one of those things catches fire. We're all kind of like, we're all getting some crazy
Blasting.
inhalation. Blasting.
How do people feel about always follow the adventure?
Yes.
Oz is going to put that forward.
Yeah, although right off the bat we got ourselves set up for a nice little science fiction-y kind of laws of robotics conflict there. Like, sure, those people are dead. Like, and which I'm here
To
for.
be fair,
so.
people in dire need may be an adventure.
That's true.
That's
true.
That's true. If if the need is dire enough, it will be an adventure.
Exactly.
So that brings us to our third article. Any suggestions?
And this one has to be a what?
This can
Do we
be
already
any.
have a-
This can be any.
Okay.
You've got your
But it's usually in all ways.
yeah, usually in all ways, but you've got your never covered. So
Lunch is best served warm.
do you want to do something about food? That's absolutely acceptable. Like these
I
can
kinda like the
literally
one
be
about-
anything.
I kind of like the one
Always-
about a democracy unless we were boarded or being or
The ship
boarding.
is a democracy
Yeah.
except when boarding or being boarded.
Like let's get everybody's opinion until the shit hits the fan, and then the captain actually gets to turn into a enlightened despot,
Which,
as opposed to a
Historical
democratic.
fun fact, that's generally how pirate ships ran.
I assume so.
Yeah, they were actually like, very progressive, strangely.
Because you could go be who
I
you
mean-
wanted to be on the open sea.
Yes. Surprise, surprise. A bunch of people going against societal expectations as far as going against laws as well. Don't believe in societal expectations.
So how do we
Yeah.
phrase
Very
that?
democratic, very queer. Have fun.
How do we phrase that? Democracy except in times of battle or in times of boarding?
Yeah.
In case of
It was like boarding
emergency-
or being boarded. Like I think is how it went,
case
but I don't.
in case of emergency,
In
break
case of
democracy.
break democracy.
I mean, that's fair.
There
So-
are no tyrants in a crisis. Like,
So I've got
Yes, exactly.
so just
Essentially, our boat is the boat, and our flag means death. So
Correct. Yes.
I'm here for it. So just to recap, the Wild Adventure has the articles of never abandon someone in dire need, always follow the adventure, and democracy except in times of boarding or being boarded. As you are signing ships articles, that also allows you to assume dedicated ship positions. And these give you certain benefits when you're at sea. So if you look at Pirates of Pugmire on page 48, the crew effectively gives you access to a knack when you are in that position in a signed crew. So as the captain, for example, you would gain the knack that you can allow one crew member to reroll one die per day while aboard ship. This ability cannot be used if the crew member or the captain is in the grip of gunpowder panic. So anytime
And I
somebody's
can't be.
right,
ooh,
Perfect.
your crew, however, does not have that.
Yes. Sorry, guys.
But yeah, so as the captain, you get to allow any one reroll on the boat.
Very cool.
Other roles include the first mate, who can negate seaworthiness loss. The way that this works is every day that your ship is at sea, because you're in a plastic boat on an acid sea, it's wasting away. And so a first mate can slow that down because they know how to effectively manage the ship. Does that make sense?
that's interesting.
There is the gunner or ship's magician. Those are two separate positions, but they offer the same knack, which is advantage on rolls for operating the ship's artillery. So if you're the gunner, you get advantage on the mundane artillery, such as cannons. But if you're the ship's magician, you get advantage on magical artillery. And then the medic or entertainer, which if you're a medic, you can allow the crew to recover 1d4 stamina points after a scene in which they took damage, whereas the entertainer can allow for recovering spell slots. There is the quartermaster, which grants an advantage on all crew members' saving throws to see if they have equipment while they're on the ship. And then there's the sailing master, which grants advantage on all navigation rolls. Now, as you'll note, there are more crew positions than there are you, which means that effectively you can only pick which signed positions are going to be filled. So I'm assuming Oz is going to be the captain.
Probably
So you may record.
That's my vote.
You may record the captain's knack on your character sheet, Oz.
Wonderful.
Did any of those
quick-
roles reach out to any of you?
Quick question for the weapons master.
Yes.
If I were to take that, would my like dexterity come into play as I'm finding out if I hit and stuff like that?
Yeah. So, like, if you're making an artillery attack, it's dexterity. It's dexterity
Okay.
ranged attack. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because my dexterity is kind of high. I would wager it might be higher than other folks because that's kind of where I put the basket in which I put my eggs.
I would higher
say-
than mine for sure.
I got a proficiency bonus plus a +3 bonus for the dexterity itself. I don't know if that counts for the proficiency bonus counts for the ranged attack.
You will
or
be
not.
assumed if you become the ship's gunner, you would be assumed to be proficient with you basically gain proficiency with those cannons.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. So I would like to take that because I think it would work well with the ship, but I am open to stuff.
Is
Other
anyone
ideas.
else
Or
interested
somebody
in the gunner?
and I'm only doing it because my dexterity's high.
Wow.
Like I don't particularly care to be the gunner
That's
boy.
a good position, yeah.
I see no complaints. So let's go with Brisby as gunner.
You.
I'm just checking. I pulled up Pirates of Pugmire. I'm just giving myself a quick look.
Photoshop
at
some
what-
guns in here, Trav.
There you go. And were any of those positions of interest to Liam?
I don't have the book, unfortunately, so I don't know
Sure.
which ones would be
I'll
the
be back.
most beneficial. Or
The ship's magician, the medic, and the quartermaster seemed like they jumped out at me for you.
Yeah.
Quartermaster because then you control who has what and can yoink stuff as a cat.
That's such a cat
Yeah.
thing. I love it.
Quartermaster for the cat makes a lot of sense. The only other suggestion I was going to make would be first mate because of the dynamic that it would create with you and the captain. That's all.
Yes.
I think that would be fine. But
He just
Nice.
expects to be first mate.
well, I am important. I mean, you see me, right? I'm so important.
well, and the first mate and the quartermaster are both important roles, so it's really a matter of what you.
Honestly, the quartermaster was more important than the captain most of the times on real ships.
Yup.
Right, because you get to tell the captain, no, we don't have that.
Well, exactly, and the quartermaster's in charge of divvying loot, right? So they keep the captain honest.
Kind of leaning towards quartermaster.
Do it.
Because I'm like, this is for me, this is for everyone, which is also for me, but maybe less available for me. And then like,
One
no,
for
we
me,
don't have
one for
that.
us.
It's like, we just saw you bat it. It's like, oh yeah, it's now on the floor. I don't have it anymore.
Right, it was on
Doesn't
something.
exist anymore.
It had to get down from where it was.
Yeah,
Oh my
it was
God, yes.
kind of messing with the like feng shui of this room when it was on that shelf, so I had
Oh, that's the
to
worst.
push it down. I know.
Yes.
Well, if you would like to go with quartermaster, then in that case, your knack grants advantage on saving throws to see if they have equipment while they're on ship.
Ooh.
So, and then that leaves Dr. Bones.
I was thinking probably either the sailing master or the sailing master first mate or medic entertainer, one of those. But honestly, quartermaster, given his background as an adventurer, seems to be like he knows how to read a map.
Oh,
You mean
Sailing
Sailing
Master?
Sorry, sailing master. My bad.
The other
masters are right next to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you wanted to be Sailing Master, that is fine. A ship,
but if you have a better option, you're the boss.
a ship at this size does not necessarily need a first mate. The only thing I will caution you against going out without a first mate is that you won't have any inherent means of preventing seaworthiness loss. So it means staying at sea for longer periods of time is more difficult for you. That doesn't necessarily, basically what that translates to in practical concerns is one of two things. One, you're a little bit more likely to wind up adrift. Two, you'll wind up making more stops at port.
We could probably take some of the Morty money and bolster our ship's defense against the acid sea. Because in the play test I did with you a million years ago for the sailing mechanics, I do recall the acid sea being a factor.
Right. Yeah. The longer you're on the water, the more it eats away at your hull.
Yeah.
Right. So we have our options are add artillery, improve hull, enhance seaworthiness, and increase speed.
Where do you want me?
Correct.
I mean, I agree with your assessment, Kelly. For your character, outside of like positives for the mission or whatever, I definitely saw Dr. Bones wanting to be first mate.
All right,
like you know what I mean.
You guys want me there?
I mean, I do think the navigation thing is important too, obviously, but I see your guy.
I think color wise,
color
wise, us like staring over maps totally works. But I think, I think first mate works.
Then first mate. And what did we call this? What'd you call the boat, Krista?
The Wild Adventure.
What with an I?
Oh, good question.
That is a good question.
Yeah, with an I.
Okay. With an E at the end of it?
I was wondering if he just misspelled it. Or like his writing so bad that
like
when
Oscar
he wrote
Wilde?
it down.
Or
Oscar
trying to
the
Yeah.
be in solidarity
yes.
with Olivia Wilde after the debacle.
The
that
turtle?
is Darling.
The turtle? Olivia Wilde, the turtle.
So
Love Olivia Wilde, the turtle. My favorite
So
turtle.
is there an E at the end of the Wild Adventure?
You know what? I like there being an E at the end.
I love
it.
And just another point of clarification.
This is Krista and I's creative process right now.
Yeah.
Another point of clarification. If Dr. Bones still wants to do the navigation, that's fine. You just don't get the benefit from being a dedicated crew member when you do it.
Yeah, that works for
Exactly.
me.
You follow what I'm saying? So some of these positions,
Picking
when
it
you
up.
have a small crew, you will have to double up. You just don't get the knack benefit. You know what I mean?
Totally.
And there aren't enough NPCs on the ship to handle some of these duties.
There are no NPCs
Can't
on
pay
the
some
ship.
of these deckhands.
There are no NPCs on the ship. If you would like to hire some people, you may hire a crew
What
member
others-
for some coins or enough to cover all of your positions with a dedicated crew member for many coins.
How what other species are there in Pugmire that we could do to just for color? We've already got
Birds
we've got a
are
rat.
handy.
What are?
Birds.
Birds.
Wow, yeah, birds. We could have a bird.
Sir,
a
I'm
bird
a mouse, not a
navigator.
rat.
Then we could have a crow in the crow's nest.
Yeah, if you'd like to hire a bird navigator, you can do so for some coins.
I think that would be pretty smart if people want it.
Sure. Yeah.
Do we have? Is that something we can fund with
I have some coins.
Lord of Corgi?
Right? Do you have some or more than some?
I have let me double check. It's in my sheet. If
I wrote it down in mine.
I have a few plastic coins and also wait, you know what? It's my notes from last game. I have
I believe Morty gave each of you a bag with many coins.
many
Thought
coins,
so.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm in 2 games under you and they alternate pages in this book.
Oh, that's fair. So realistically, if you wanted to deplete your coinage right now, because you each of you that went to see Morty did get a bag of many coins. So you could hire out a full crew. You could pay off Oz's debt and still have one bag of many coins. That I would assume would still be in the possession of Liam, because I can't imagine Liam chipping in on either of these things. But I don't mean to make decisions for you. I'm sorry. I'm being very speciesist against your cat. I apologize.
No, it's completely the personality that I've set up for Liam anyway. Whereas, like, if everyone is putting in all of their money, Liam will definitely be sitting there, just kind of like not doing anything until all eyes is on him. And then he'd go, like, okay, well, I guess I can offer half of the bag. And that, of course, that is like, from the goodness of mine heart, I'm offering you half of mine. So really, that is like how I decided to roleplay Liam. So
Beautiful.
Excellent.
That's
So
great.
if we want to go that route, then if you want to just have the crew, you can all reduce yourselves down to some coins. But if you want to have the crew and pay off Oz's debt before you leave, you would reduce to everyone having a few coins.
What do you?
I thought we were going to defer the debt and hope that spoils. Isn't that what you said, Oz? Okay.
That's
But-
the hope.
If we hired some NPCs, would we still be able to like bolster the ships? Would we be able to?
So you could hire NPC. Well, the first mate is there to bolster seaworthiness. Excuse me.
Okay.
So you'd be hiring out basically a gunner, or not a gunner, I'm sorry, a medic or entertainer, and a navigator.
Navigator seems the more important of them to me.
You can get them. You can get them both, and still have some coins for everyone if you're not paying the debt.
But
So,
so will we be able to
question-
upgrade
yeah.
the ship too, though?
Yes,
I was
the
going to
ship.
say, is Morticordi covering the ship upgrades, and then
Yeah.
our coin has to cover people
Exactly.
Okay.
And
hiring? Got it.
the way your ship is going to be built, let me get to that in just a moment. So
You tell it's early because I almost said we're going to cover renting people, and I was like, that's hiring, Krista.
you will
But
create
I
a
mean,
base,
you make a good argument.
You'll be able to create a base ship, and with the 3 improvements, and then Morty has paid for 4 additional improvements to your ship.
Okay.
Cool.
So if you look at the stats on page 51 of Pirates of Pugmire, you'll see that your ship will begin with an artillery score of 0, a hull score of 14, a seaworthiness of 100, and a speed of 100.
That seems pretty fast. I'm down.
You have 7 improvements now with the extra money that Morty threw at you.
7 improvements. Awesome.
You can spend an improvement to increase your artillery by 2, increase your hull by 2, increase your seaworthiness by 20, or increase your speed by 10. Now,
Can I ask for just some clarification? What's the difference between improving the hull and improving seaworthiness?
the hull is your
Okay.
ship's armor class. The seaworthiness is your ability to effectively, in Pugmire terms, hull is defense, seaworthiness is stamina
Is
points.
constitution kind of? Oh, stamina. Okay.
Yeah, stamina points. If your seaworthiness goes to 0, you sink. If somebody shoots at you, they have to hit your hull to hit it.
Okay,
That's-
it's AC versus
yeah.
hit points. Okay.
Yeah, got it.
Understood.
I think sinking probably at least half of our stuff into hull and seaworthiness, like at least 2 upgrades apiece, like makes sense to me. Because I don't know, when I first played this, the rules weren't even set in stone. It was like so Travis could actually write it. And like I said, that sea did mollywallop us. The acid was no joke.
It still is no joke. I did not feel a need to back that down.
well, heck,
Oz
we
is a
might even want to
turtle,
do-
so he's going to really push for improved hull and improved seaworthiness. But aside from that,
maybe we even do 3 apiece of hull and seaworthiness and 1 to the speed or the guns, you know?
Yeah, you start out with
artillery.
no weapons, just FYI.
Oh, well, we'll
Oh,
need
yeah,
to
one to guns.
Your artillery is
at least
zero.
1 to guns. Yeah, at least 1 to guns.
Yeah.
So, each
yes.
you may choose between and you did you want to go with mundane guns or with
Mundane.
mariner staves, which are massive magical cannons?
Well, we don't have anybody that's bonus for the magical cannons, though, right?
Wait,
Like,
do we?
That is correct. You get bonuses on the 6-pounders. So those cost 1 artillery each.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, you can choose between a ballista, a catapult, or a 6-pounder for 1 artillery each.
6-pounders a cannon?
Yep.
Okay.
It's got a range of 600 to 1600, and it deals 3d10 seaworthiness on a successful hit.
Okay.
The catapult cannot hit a target within 60 feet. Its range is 150 to 300 and deals 2d10 seaworthiness, plus an additional 1d8 heat, acid, or other, depending on payload.
Mm-hmm.
And then the ballista is 150 to 600, 3d10 seaworthiness of piercing damage.
What was the maximum range on the 6-pounder?
1600.
And the minimal is
600
better
is
than these
close
other-
range. Right. So
Yeah.
anything within 600 feet is close range with the 6-pounder.
Given
I mean,
how armored we are, I think that like range is not really a huge thing. Like, so long as we can get in close, right?
But
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So
But
the cannon,
the 6-pounder you can do close too, right?
Right.
Whereas the catapult you can't.
the catapult and the ballista seems like they got to be kind of far away, right? Was I?
Or
No, the ballista can
Mangaloid, whatever it is.
the ballista can shoot an adjacent ship just fine. A catapult can't hit an adjacent ship, is what it boils down
Makes
to.
sense. It's got to get up and over.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know, man. 6-pounder sounded good to me. What about
Yeah.
Well,
y'all?
and you get 2, so you can either go 6-pounders, and each of your artillery weapons can have a 180-degree arc of fire.
Okay.
So
Um,
you could put a 6-pounder at the nose and the tail. You could put 6-pounders, port and aft and starboard, the left and right.
Can other people use them? It's just that the gunner gets an advantage.
Correct.
Gotcha.
So, like for example, if a fight were to break out, anyone can grab that second gun. The question then becomes, are they abandoning their post? So it becomes an issue. Like you, the captain, the gun dog, won't be able to grab one of those guns without abandoning their post.
Fair.
The quartermaster can absolutely grab a gun without abandoning their post.
Okay.
Got it.
You know what I mean? Because when they abandon their post, they don't. So if you abandon your post, your knack stops functioning.
Right. Okay.
Makes sense?
So my reroll wouldn't be applicable.
Right. However, let's say you're in a combat, you blow that reroll knack, and then you want to jump over to the gun, there's no real penalty.
Beautiful.
Makes sense?
Maybe
Sounds
we do
good.
1 6-pounder and then 1 catapult. That way we
That's my
kinda,
vote.
Yeah. Because like we got close and long
And
covered.
and catapults also make effective crew delivery devices in case you need
I
to
was
board a
going to say
ship.
I am an absolute gremlin of shenanigans, and so having a catapult is just
You have a catapult
Absolutely
and
perfect.
a shell.
I do.
All right.
Get a little Mario Kart on your enemies.
Yes.
So
So good.
like 6-pounder on the port, catapult on the starboard, maybe.
Sure.
That way we can both do front and back barely with them. And yeah, that just seems like maneuverability. We could always kind of, scoot over to this, rotate a little bit, and
Yeah.
do that if we need to. I think is how that works. But
Yeah, theoretically.
Yeah, because you said it's 180 degrees, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Each one has a 180 degree arc of fire. So you'll be pretty well covered as long as somebody, well, even if somebody pulls up right next to you, you can still get them with the 6-pounder. You can't get them with the catapult, though.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right. So just so that I'm clear on this, you were dumping, what are your final traits for hull, seaworthiness, speed, and artillery?
We're doing 1 in artillery, 3 in hull, and 3 in seaworthiness.
Yeah.
Sounds
Okay.
good to me.
So you're not
Very turtle.
pumping speed at all.
I don't think so.
Look at the cap.
I mean, we're already going okay, right? Like speed wise, like it's not going to be abysmal, right? It's like fine, just not.
It's fine.
We're not a yacht.
We're in the minivan of the seas.
Yeah, you're kind of in
a
a
family truckster.
sea Winnebago.
Yes.
So how many in seaworthiness? I'm sorry.
Oh man.
3 and 3.
Three in everybody except for artillery.
My,
well, not everybody. Seaworthiness and hull are 3.
Yeah.
And then 1 in artillery.
You'll have to forgive me. My not quite dyscalcula is giving me a bit of a challenge this morning. So
No worries.
That's
60,
fair.
so that's 160 seaworthiness when it's all said and done. And
Yes.
You tell me.
and your hull will go up to 20.
Yes.
Yeah, you literally are on a tank of the acid sea.
Okay.
Nice.
Turtle tank.
Excellent. Now that it takes them about as long as it takes you to make those decisions to install the various upgrades. The shipwrights here work very fast.
Such good workers in this port.
Yeah, they're
boys.
they're very, very good boys. And I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and take 5 for biological and technological, and when we return from our quick break, we'll decide where our first stop is going to be on this little adventure. Does that sound reasonable to everyone?
That sounds awesome.
All right. If you're watching live, please just hang out. We will be back momentarily. Feel free to drop us questions in the chat. We'll try to answer them. And when we return, we will find out what the first destination is going to be for this wonderful crew. So stick tight. We'll be right back.
Nice.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Let me make sure everyone is unmuted. Everyone is unmuted. Excellent.
Unmute.
Thank you for sticking with us during our biological and technological break. Now that we have assembled our ship, the Wild Adventure, with the articles of never abandon someone in dire need, always follow the adventure, and democracy except in times of boarding or being boarded, with Oz as the signed captain, Brisby the signed gunner, Liam the signed quartermaster, and the signed first mate of Dr. Bones. You have a 6-pounder port cannon and a catapult on the starboard, artillery of 2, hull of 20, seaworthiness 160, speed 100, and you have hired a crew. Your navigator is a crow by the name of Tom.
Tom Redshirt.
Crow.
Well, I was thinking more.
I got you.
I was thinking more servo, but yes.
Oh yeah, fair. And crow.
The rest of your crew. Let's see. What else does that give you? That gives you a entertainer. You have hired a lizard entertainer.
Yes.
A lounge lizard.
Yes, a lounge lizard. His name is Lorne.
Lauren. Yeah.
Sea breeze.
And he is green and drinks a lot of sea breezes. And sings Lady Marmalade whenever you need spiritual healing.
Constantly.
And if you're doing real bad, he pulls out sexual healing.
Oh, wow.
If you're doing real bad, he pulls out the sex bomb.
Yeah. Yes.
Excellent. So now the all-important decision of where would you like your adventure to begin? You have a few options of places to go. So what do you think?
Okay. So, which one should we go after first?
So, strangely enough, I was thinking the one lady who lives in the woods. God, where's my notes?
Dreamerella Von Angora.
Yeah. I mean, I know we just got our boat all boated up and Bodie McBoatface, but so would we use the boat to get to where she is?
No, she is on land from where you're at in the Fearful Forest. Basically, you would have to go past Morty's Tower and then another half a day into the forest.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like I'm thinking in terms of what we can that sounds the least ominous and scary for a starting sortie.
If it matters, you're right now from Mutttown, your sail time to Waterdog Port is 3 days.
Okay.
Port Matthew is 6 days.
Okay.
The Lonely Tower is 7 days.
Okay. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Is see the old lady in the woods and Angora.
Dreamerella Von Angora.
Yeah, I know I should remember that because it's the name of one of your cats. Kind of.
A little bit.
That's
yes.
where that came from.
That is named after Dreamer. Yes.
Also Crowley.
Yeah, Crowley is also one of my cats. That's true.
No Zug Tomoy yet, but hey.
No Zug Tomoy because we don't get sued. Shh.
Is that copywritten?
I don't know. I don't know if Wizards could sue me for naming my cat after.
I think that they probably wouldn't want to. I think that's just asking for trouble.
I don't ever want to wonder about whether or not Wizards can sue me. I like to know that I can't be sued by Wizards. It's a good feeling to have.
Just that general sentence is a good sentence. Knowing that you can't be sued by Wizards.
I mean, you know,
not of the coast, just in general. Don't be sued by Wizards.
very
Yeah.
litigious. Very. You want to talk rules lawyers? Get into an argument with a wizard.
Quick question: will our boat sustain damage when it's in port? It is in the acid sea, so
No, you effectively dry dock. They lift you out.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. So
It's been a while since I've been on land, so I wouldn't mind much going on a bit of an adventure.
Okay. So, are we in agreement that Dreamer of Angora is the way to go?
Yes, probably the quickest.
All right.
And this is to recover either magical items that she might have but might not want to part with. Correct.
Right. She may have some
Powerful necromancy.
necromantic. There's a good chance she has necromantic.
Necromancy, yes, got it.
Yeah. Cats are very adept with necromancy.
Exactly.
So
Necromancy feast.
Necromancy.
all right.
Yeah.
In that case, you leave the ship in dry dock to have any last minute adjustments made. Have the new signed crew that are not going with you. The crew that you're hiring, by the way, their wage covers time on the boat. They make very clear to you that they are not going to go anywhere near a dragon, for one thing.
Fair.
But also
I
on
wouldn't
your
expect you to.
on your other land-based adventures, that's not what you're hiring them for.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes.
Because I don't want to have to track that much extra combat. So,
Fact.
so yeah, the you start making your way up past Morty's tower into the Fearful Forest.
If we meet those badgers again, I'm going to give them what for?
Well,
What
let's see
five
if you
even?
do. All right.
Oh no.
Same badgers. Same badgers.
Let's have each of you give me a wisdom check using notice, please.
Okay. I was about to say you're retired, but hey, it worked. All right.
That is one of my skills, so I get to add my proficiency bonus. Correct.
Yes. And then your
Okay.
wisdom modifier.
That is an 18.
Excellent.
Our modifier, it didn't go up, right?
Your proficiency bonus, it goes up on your
We did level.
even levels.
Okay.
Okay, we're at 5 now, so no. Then
So it's at a +3 still, right?
I
Yeah.
believe that is correct.
Okay, that sounds good.
I forgot I had a negative. It's a 13.
Excellent.
That's still pretty good, though.
It's better than me. I rolled 5.
Excellent.
with all my bonuses and whatnots, I got an 8. So
Oh.
So
Nicely done.
Liam and Brisby are so wrapped up in their interaction, whatever that interaction may be, that they don't notice what's going on. So what are Liam and Brisby interacting over? What are the cat and the mouse bonding, or are we?
yeah, I say so, Liam. We're just vibing, going, isn't it like awesome that like a cat and a mouse can like be on the same crew and be cool with it? That's my proposal, but I don't want to put words in Liam's mouth.
I mean, I'm not surprised that you enjoy my company. After all, I am the oh god. Ew, icky.
Oh, I love him.
Sometimes saying things that our characters would say make us feel bad.
Uh-huh.
So Liam is just soaking in this adoration moment. So you're completely oblivious to the various, like, now with a 13, Oz can see various monstrous eyes peering out from the darkness between the trees of the Fearful Forest, but nothing that you can quite place. So some of them look far too high above the ground to be any sort of reasonable uplifted creature. But nothing comes forth to attack you. You're fairly certain that you're safe. Now with an 18, Dr. Bones notices not only are there several beasts that are sort of wandering the edges of the Fearful Forest, but you're being paced. You realize about 4 hours in, you're being paced by, you're pretty sure, an owl bear.
Owl bear. Pick a lane, buddy.
We're being
You a
we're being
bird?
followed.
You a bear?
We're being followed
Oh,
by a
by
creature. An
a
owl
good
bear.
one?
I
Those
suppose
sound
it could
good.
be. I could stop and ask, but I prefer not to.
Do
I
any
think
of you
it's-
want to roll no arcana?
Yes.
I have no nature.
Oh, 21.
No nature could work too.
No arcana. What is the bonus you get if you have a skill?
You add your proficiency bonus to it.
Okay.
It's a nat 20.
Excellent. So with these rolls, you all know ample things about owl bears. Owl bears are allegedly, according to legends in the monarchies, owl bears were a gift that the old ones tried to create to please their cat masters, but they botched it horribly and mixed these two animals together, which, when combined, just become immensely cute and unmeasurably aggressive. So if you would imagine a 9-foot tall psychotic Teddy Ruxpin.
We don't have to. We ran a game of that on Dorcas.
It's been run. Don't worry about it.
It's been run. Krista ran it. Go watch.
With a
don't.
owl head. Like what was that
Yes.
movie,
Oh,
Tim, where you replaced my head with the owl? What was that from?
I just Gahul. Or whatever.
Oh, I love that. Yes.
Right, that-
the legends.
that's-
Yeah, the Guardians of Gahul.
I mean,
yeah.
Right. So
Oh,
imagine
yeah, I
that
got it.
owl's head on a Teddy Ruxpin body that's 9 feet tall. And you have a
That
pretty
was the
good
second
idea.
time the Raymond Did It podcast came up.
Amazing.
But it does seem
That's,
to
that's
be.
all I needed then is to add more VFX work to my plate while that was
Exactly.
happening.
Of course, as one does. So it's pacing you. Now with the natural 20, you know that if it was hungry, it would have already attacked either you or something else that it passed. So there must be something else that you're carrying or about you that interests them.
Something about me, you say?
Clearly, Liam, he just wants to meet you. You should go say hello.
we should be all so lucky to meet someone as interesting as Liam.
That wasn't a reaction. That was just me coughing. Sorry.
No. Well, unless, lad, you want to be a fancy feast, I suppose we should move on.
Yes. Let's move on.
Excellent.
I am still flattered.
Not sponsored, could be sponsored.
You continue on
Could be
your way.
spon-
Could be sponsored. It's true.
A fancy feast? Yeah, let's do it.
You continue on your way.
If you
and
enjoy feeding your cat fancy feast.
That's right.
You can send checks to Onyx Path Publishing.
There's nothing more fancy than dipping out a plop of wet, substandard meat for your cat.
Exactly.
Cats, they won't know the difference until they do.
It's valid.
Then you're in trouble.
It's valid. So when you get about, you get to a certain point and the owl bear just stops. It doesn't continue following you, but it kind of starts circling in the area where, as if it's waiting for you almost to return, perhaps. But you press on, unless you plan on going to pick a fight with it.
I think we're probably. I'm good. I don't know about y'all. I'm good.
We have like rations and stuff, right?
Well, do you have rations written in your rucksack?
I
think so.
I
Rations, I do.
If you have rations written, you may have them. If you do not have rations written, you would roll a wisdom saving throw.
May I roll a wisdom saving throw?
You may, absolutely.
If I -1?
It's just a difficulty 10.
That's an 8.
All right. You did not remember to pack rations. But others, when you ask for it, though, others do have them.
Okay. I was going to leave some for the bear.
Does anyone
But
want to
after-
sacrifice their rations for the bear?
Actually, because I don't have them, may I whittle and make a little something as we walk? Because it's been a few hours, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. What would you like to be whittling?
I would like to whittle a little. Once we hear it's an owl bear, it was probably a bear at first, and then he's gonna fix the face so that it looks kind of owly.
Okay.
And as he notices that it stopped, he's gonna set the owl bear down and sort of wave at the forest to who knows where, and continue on.
Excellent. You leave an offering for the owl bear, and manage to make it there without any major inconvenience. As you arrive, you see a small clearing in the frightful forest, which in and of itself is impressive. Clearings in this forest are made by folks like Morty Corgi, people who've been around for years and years and years. Most adventurers don't even go into this forest unless they have a very good reason. So somebody who's living here must be quite powerful. And yet, inside this clearing, you immediately see just scattered, broken bits of masterworks, as if they'd just been discarded throughout the lawn. The hut itself looks like it's like a mud earth hut that was hastily assembled, if you can imagine how poorly a hastily assembled mud hut would look. There's bits where the bricks weren't even dried, and so they're like starting to collapse under their own weight. The thatch roof has giant holes in it. And as soon as you step into full view of the clearing, a woman cat pops up from behind what looks like a gutted metallic beast of some sort and says,
What do you want?
Ah! Who be ye?
Who be me? Maybe Dreamerella Van Angora. Who be you? This is my home.
Oh, sorry.
We were worried you were an intruder at Dreamerella's house. Terribly, terribly sorry. I'm Oz. It's lovely to meet you.
What do you want?
We're here on behalf of Morty Corgi. I kind of wait to see if that kind of has any gravitas or anything like that.
Why don't each of you make a wisdom roll using sense motive if you have it?
So that's a 1.
Awesome.
It's a natural.
She
1.
loves Morty. She is overcome with what you clearly believe is joy.
10.
Same.
Sense motive, you say?
Yeah, if you have it. Otherwise, just a straight wisdom.
Don't have it. I got me a 14.
That is sufficient. With a 10, you're like, it's hard to read. With a 14, you're like, oh, she absolutely, like you can feel a pulse of hatred emanate forth from her person and Morty's name.
Like more than normal for a cat.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's just normal cat levels of hatred.
What does Morty Corgi want with me?
So as I'm saying, we come here on behalf of Morty Corgi. I read the room and go, and he's a real jerk to work for, let me tell you.
You seek to butter up, old Dreamerella, and I am here to tell you, and know in certain terms that absolutely will work. What do you want?
Well, like I said, this guy's kind of high maintenance and all the things you hate about him, I'm sure we do too. So we want to kind of get this over with, get it just done as quickly as possible, get out of your hair and get on with our lives. And so we're looking for some artifacts that are necromancy. I don't understand it much myself, but yeah.
Oh, I do necromancy.
She looks over her shoulder and you see like 5 mouse skeletons that are just going through the trash piles. They all look up and wave.
Cool. Gross. Cool. So
I get that a
Well,
lot.
just- can't they just eat the same things if it falls through the boat? Probably not worth knowing.
It's nervous chewing. They all do.
Oh,
I get that too. Yeah.
I get that
Yeah.
lagging, really.
Yeah.
Not uncommon. So
So yeah, we're wondering if you could help it out, or maybe we could help you out. Kind of just get this whole Magilla over with.
why don't you go ahead and make a bluff check since you're trying to lie to her?
Okay. I am a trickster.
I don't know if that gives you any inherent benefit. Do you have the
No,
bluff
I
skill?
got like sneak, traverse, notice, and survive as
so it's
my
going to be
skills right now.
straight up. It's going to be
Charisma,
straight up
probably?
charisma, unless you have a psychic power you can use that you want to rely on.
No, I went with Deep Dweller instead of leaning into the psionic thing,
Okay.
which I think as I level up, I can actually fold the psionic shit into it.
You can.
And so like after in between now after this game session and the next one, I'm gonna deep dwell into that. So okay, good thing I'm a charismatic sort. Let's see what we got here. That would be 18. All said.
She looks you up and down and says, I've never quite understood what the difficulties is between our people. You seem like an upright, fine specimen with a strong set of cheekbones, might I add.
My people are proud of our cheekbones. Yeah.
I see that. She looks back over at the skeletons. So, yes, I have just the thing for Morty Corgi. Oh, I'm sure he'll love it. And she sort of putters away into the hut.
I
guess
you did it.
cool. Although I am a little dubious. Is there any way I can make some sort of check to see, like, is she getting ready to sandbag us with some awful cursed item or something like that? Or I guess read motive again, maybe? Or
Yeah,
something?
if you want, I'll make a wisdom save to try to, or a wisdom check with sense motive to see if you can get an idea of her motivations here.
I got
15.
19.
I did not get very good. I got like wisdom. Yeah, I got like 7.
Okay, so did Oz even roll?
No.
Okay. So here's the thing. Here's where here's what I will say.
Okay.
The cat in your party rolled a 19 on this roll. You don't think that she's like, you have no reason to believe that she's lying to you necessarily, Liam, except for the fact that you know how petty a angry Angora can be. So you are still cautious enough to take this with a pound of salt, even though you don't believe she's necessarily lying to you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And to peel back the curtain a little bit, she got a natural 20 on her bluff roll. I just feel really bad because you rolled so well. She comes out with a relatively sizable box. It is probably
Angora's box.
It's probably about like yay and about like yay. It's in a red container with a strange white plus sign on it. And there seems to be some sort of arcane seal around the top of it that you have to grab a tab and pull it all the way around to open. And she says, I would highly recommend you let no one but Morty Corgi himself open this box.
Why is that?
Because it's what I asked you to do, young one. And she shoves the box into Liam's hands.
Harry, you should take this one. I mean, Dr. Bones.
Oh, thank you for deferring to me for, this,
Go ahead and make a intelligence check using no arcana, if you don't mind, Dr. Bones.
I don't mind. That's a 16.
You've heard tell of this strange type of container holding all sorts of masterworks that man left behind. Yes?
I also have the masterwork knowledge trick.
Do you?
Yeah.
Excellent. Can you tell me what exactly that trick will do? Because I don't believe you can actually. Do you need to actually access the masterwork itself to use it?
I think I might. Yeah. So if this is not like part of the masterwork, then I think I need to be able to like invest. I basically I know when I see it, but
So-
if I can't see it, I probably don't know it.
It is in this case. So you don't know what the masterwork within it is, but you do know that this type of casing was used by the old ones to hide their treasures of magical healing. Things like potions can be found in these. You've even heard that gauntlets of resuscitation can be found in a box of this type.
This is very potent. Thank you.
It should serve the old cur quite well. Now go away, I'm busy.
Cool. Not ominous at all. Have fun with the dead rats and bye.
I'm glad you're very excited about this. Thank you.
Excellent. So as you make your way back out, are you taking any precautions, a different route, or are you just heading back in the same direction?
Maybe a
on our way out, there's like bits and pieces kind of around, right?
Yeah, a lot of scattered chunks of what Liam can probably tell right by sight is that these are masterworks that a cat, probably Dreamerella, has broken and absorbed, and there's a lot of them.
I forgot about that mechanic.
Yeah.
I would like to grab something that looks like a cool little broken piece,
Sure.
a shard of something. Yeah, just
Are
pocket
you,
it.
are you trying to be surreptitious while doing so, or are you?
I mean,
Do you have stealth?
yes. I have stealth, yes.
Go ahead and
Well,
make
I
a-
have sneak.
Sneak. I'm sorry. Yeah, sneak.
Okay.
I apologize. I was using the wrong terminology there. Make a dexterity
don't we
roll
all?
using sneak.
Sure. That's a 19 plus 5.
You're
24.
As you're walking along, I kind of assume you have kind of that cartoon turtle sort of gait a little bit to your step, and you just sort of
Yes.
brush your knuckles down along and just palm something, and nobody even noticed. Nobody's none the wiser. You move too slow to be noticed.
I'm moving incredibly slow.
And you are able to palm a little remnant of a trinket.
Fun.
I'll give you the full details on that when you get a chance to look it over. Well, you'll have time on the road. Are you taking a different route back, or are you going to go the same way?
We know that there are some potential hostiles at the route we took, but like I'm assuming it's the quickest, directest route.
It's the most quick and direct route, and there's no route through the fearful forest where hostiles won't be a concern.
That's kind of what I figured. I mean,
Is it better to go the way we know?
I think so. Out of the frying pan into the fire. At least we're prepared for these owlbear types. If they adorably want to come and rush us and get in a very cute battle with us.
I mean, they're not that cute. I mean, I guess it really depends on what you think is cute, but they're very large and slightly feral. Not to judge you.
But a lot of those things are cute. Like polar bears are really cute until their faces are engorged in blood. You know, it's an evolutionary quirk. Like we think cute things are cute up until they're trying to kill us very often.
The engorging or the?
Yeah, like polar bears look awesome in like all Coca-Cola bottle until like you see their face like half covered with a dead seal.
You've seen one of the bottles of Coca.
Yes. Why do you think I'm so chipper all the time?
Fair.
Insert the gods must be crazy subplot. Anyway.
Yeah, I was trying not to focus on it, but it's
so
there.
good.
That's a deep cut for anybody above the age of 20.
That's a point in Fortune Bowl, and I should have probably gotten more. I'm going to give you 2, so you're going to have a Fortune Bowl of 9 right now. All right.
Yay for being glib. Metagaming.
On that bright, shiny note, the trinket that you have found appears to be the one end of a chime of opening, which is a fairly common fix. I believe you have one in your possession. I think doesn't Liam have a chime of opening?
Liam has it, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so.
It's just like a little bell?
So what it is, it's like a tube filled with metallic little bits, and you have like one end of it. And if you rattle it at a door, it will cause the door to open. But this is not functional. It's been absorbed.
It's just literally just like,
but it's cool to look through.
It's pretty though. Yeah, it makes a neat little. Yeah, it's got little cool little things that poke inside of the circle, so you can kind of look in and have like almost kaleidoscopes the light that you look at a little bit.
Yes.
So
he will make a kaleidoscope of this.
It's very lovely.
Beautiful.
It's very nice.
It's all that matters.
And your journey on the way back is equally uneventful. However, if you would like to all check wisdom one final time for me using notice, there may be a little bit that you would discover.
6.
11. Wait, no, 9.
I got 7.
I have the notice skill. What's the modifier for that again? It's wisdom.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. 18. After all said.
Okay. So with an 18 and your eyes peeled, Brisby, you notice the owlbear is still pacing that area when you return, and starts pacing you on the way back, and just unless you do something to engage it, follows you back till you're about the same distance from Morty's as you were from Dreamerella's where it stopped.
Okay.
Well, that owlbear must have really liked the little owlbear I made it, because it seems to have gone.
Seems so.
Well, I certainly don't want to engage it.
Crafting, right? Crafting is makes a difference. Call it craftsmanship.
Are you?
Thank you.
Are any of you going to mess with this box while you're carrying it back?
Oh, I'm protecting it with my life.
Yeah, I think I'll pass.
Beautiful.
I am not going to touch it because I'm worried that something inside it, or that it might like set off or anything, explode into glitter that takes forever to clean out. It's...
True.
Yeah, once it gets in your fur.
Now I wish it was a glitter bomb. All right. So are you returning to Morty's to hand this over, or are you going to lug this around with you?
I mean, is Morty's closer? It kind of is.
Yeah, it's on the way back to the boat.
Yeah, I vote the Morty.
Yeah, I think going to Morty's might be good. Might get attacked again by goats.
Let's go to the Mort.
As you arrive at the front of Morty's tower, he says, "Now, Randolph Mortimer's set." And they do. See, I got him under control now. What do you got for me? It didn't take long. That was pretty impressive. You got everything already?
Well, not everything. We received this from Angora von Dreamerella. No, Dreamerella von
Angora.
Thank you.
From a cat lady who hates you. So be careful with it.
Of course. He opens it right up.
Oh, God.
As he does, you do see with that masterwork gift, you immediately recognize these are gauntlets of revival. What they do is you wear these gauntlets on your hand, and you can cast revive on someone.
She must really like you. Those are excellent.
However, you also the gates slammed shut. Everything seems to get like 2 f-stops darker, and the entire world goes Dutch angle as the various torches and lights in the yard all are snuffed out, and you hear a voice.
Join us.
I would like you all to roll initiative, please.
Oh, dear.
Oh no. Well, there's that. I am giving up on these dice. I tried using my paw dice and they're just not effective.
No luck. I got 8.
I got a 4.
Wow.
I got a 24.
So, Kelly, I think you should replace your current dice.
I have. Hold on, I'm gonna test roll. I would have had a 6, which is 1.5 times better. So let's.
So our highest roll so far is a 24, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just Dex, right?
Yeah, just your dex mod.
13.
Excellent. So the way this is going to work then is it's really the only person who matters in an initiative check is the highest, because after that you declare who goes after you. So the first goes to Brisby. What would you like to do? Actually, the first thing goes to the creature, because
I was just going to say, I just heard a voice so far. I mean, stab it.
Right. This effect goes off. So as it's muttering and whining and making these noises, I need you all to make a wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Oh, nat 20!
Holla.
Yes.
You are immune to its babble for 24 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Wisdom saving throw.
So a 21 total. But yeah, I feel like I would rather that 20 happen somewhere else.
Yeah, 12.
Excellent.
14.
16.
Excellent.
Ooh.
At a 12, you unfortunately become charmed.
Ooh.
Remain so for
It smells like anchovies, and you just want to do whatever you have to for it.
2 rounds.
Two rounds.
Yep. While you are charmed for those 2 rounds, you believe this spirit to be your ally.
Well, that's nice.
I like this.
So, as all this horror is happening around you, Brisby, you see Liam's eyes go wide with a joyful grin.
Oh.
Morty says, "Oh crap, it's got her." It's got him. Sorry. Oh crap, it's got him.
Liam's like, as disembodied voices go, this seems like one of the nicer ones.
Yeah.
I love your work in that Beckett play.
So you currently can sort of see the rough outline of a spectral, angry cat.
That's nice.
I'm not a fan of that, I don't think.
What would you like to do, Brisby? You have the first action.
Is this thing looking pretty corporeal? Sorry, at this time?
No, it looks very incorporeal, in fact.
I mean, I think so. I can hold though, right? And
yeah, you can hold and hand it off to somebody else if you want to.
Doc, you got more magic-y type stuff, right? You might.
I do now.
Okay.
As of this level, I do. Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. I I guess so. And then I can jump in whenever I want, or like the one of the other party, or indeed the creatures might then would call upon me. Or
So because
like
you're using the hold action, you can interrupt any other action.
Okay. All right. I'm going to hold and give my turn to Doc, I do believe.
All right.
All right. Okay. I'm just checking one spell then. Does this have to be lasts for 1 minute? Ooh, that's really good. Defense or offense? Yeah, I look at the turtle. I suppose defense is the best offense. Oh no, that takes 10 minutes to cast. Never mind. I guess offense it is. I'll cast Guiding Bolt.
Excellent. You may do so. Go ahead and make that.
By the power of the masters. Okay, that is.
Somebody's at my door.
So my spell attack bonus is so I'm a wisdom caster, and I assume that I had proficiency. So that's a 14.
Excellent. That is, you fire the guiding bolt, and while it sears the very edges of the fur on this creature, it's not quite enough to actually touch it. Like it just moved barely out of the way.
Damn. Well, balls.
Excellent. Who would you like to give your turn to?
I mean, there's only one enemy. I think I'll give it to the captain.
All right. And
Ooh.
what would you like to do?
I think. Oh gosh, I don't know what he would do. Because there's just like incorporeal thingamadoo. Sorry, I was trying to make sure that I realized I didn't have weapons written down on my sheet, so I was just hunting those. Did Dr. Bones' spell do any? Like, did it seem to affect
just
it?
Missed.
It would have affected it. Like
missed,
you could tell. Dr. Bones was so close with hitting. You can absolutely tell that magic would affect this thing. It just barely got out of the way.
Okay. Is there a way for me to assist, like help action kind of
you can
thing?
absolutely take the help action to grant somebody else advantage on their attack.
Okay.
So like you're harrying the spirit, kind of like trying to get it in a good position for someone else to strike. Absolutely.
Fantastic. I think he's gonna sort of like take a step and then thunk inside and do like little spinnies to try and distract the cat, kind of like a toy.
Excellent. I love it.
And can I give that help action to Liam then?
Yeah, you absolutely can. Liam is charmed right now, very obviously.
Oh, right. Liam's charmed. Okay. In that case, I will give it to
don't forget
Dr.
Morty.
Bones is our own.
Morty is present.
Morty too.
I thought of that while I was away. Like I should have given my freaking turn to the magic user heavy hitter.
Yes, I would like to give the help action to Morty.
All right. Morty sighs.
Oh no! Wait, I just double checked something. Oh no, it's actually worse. Never mind.
Right on.
Crap.
Let's see.
Right.
He is going to cast.
Oh god, my character is so badly built. It's all my fault.
He's just going to cast magic missile at it.
Beautiful.
But he's going to dump 9 spell slots into it.
Oh, is that all?
Light him up!
So it takes.
Boy.
As Morty says, okay, I got you, and let's go You see one dart shoot out of the end of Morty's finger, followed by 8 like barely not connected to one another darts, as it deals 28 points of damage to the spirit, but it is still up.
Boise.
Morty will give the initiative to Liam because it's that or the monster. So snap out of it, will you? It's your turn, Liam. What would you like to do as you see all these people attacking your friend?
I get a bit upset, I would say. First, I'm just kind of staring at this really interesting spectral cat. That's like black eyes, very wide, just kind of. And so I don't know. It's like, is this classic charm?
Yes.
Where you want to? Okay, so I want to attack people now.
Yeah, you want to help your friend. That doesn't necessarily mean you want to attack people, but you want to help your friend. So if you want to come up with a non-aggressive way to, clearly the biggest threat to this spirit right now is Morty.
My strange command Morty to leave in that case.
Excellent. Go ahead.
Oh, that's so good.
So he needs to make a wisdom saving throw. Is that correct?
It's awful, but it's great. I love it.
Oh, that's perfect.
So, bad dog, leave.
Excellent.
Can I interrupt and then try to notice that, like, Liam might be up to some nefarious stuff? And
Sure.
then try to restrain Liam or like slap a hand over Liam's mouth or something?
You can attempt to restrain Liam, yeah. So why don't you go ahead and make a it'd be just an attack roll against Liam's defense to see if you can grab a hold of Liam and silence him before he can get the whole command out.
Okay. Sure.
And Liam, what's your save DC?
Doopy-doo. Let's see. For wisdom. Oh.
It should
I
be
got
your
a natural.
No, you don't need to roll.
Okay.
It should be your spell save DC. Should be I think it's 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your spellcasting ability.
So 8 plus. Is it wisdom for this one?
Yeah, you're a minister, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's charisma, actually, you could have stuff.
Oh, okay. So then it's 8 plus 2, so 10. And then spell casting is what? Is it how many times you've invested in this spell?
No, it's your proficiency bonus would add, and then your add to that as well. So it'd be wisdom is plus 2.
Yes.
Your proficiency bonus is plus 3.
No, wait. Wisdom is plus 1.
Okay.
And
Oh, I'm sorry,
then
not wisdom.
Charisma is plus 2.
Charisma, right? Charisma plus 2, proficiency plus 3. So you'd be a difficulty 13 would be your save DC.
Okay.
So you want to mark that down on your sheet. And Morty does not save, so yeah, this is all going to come down to your attack check there, Brisby.
Oh no, it's amazing.
I got a whopping 10 after all modifiers are
Oh,
done.
excellent. What's Liam's defense?
I think I wrote down 8 here.
It'd be 10 minus 10 plus your dexterity bonus.
So 10 minus my dexterity bonus.
Yeah. Are you wearing any armor?
Light. That's why.
Okay, so then it would be 11 minus your dexterity bonus.
I don't have a dexterity bonus.
Do you have a dexterity penalty?
No, but my
Oh.
stats there is 10, so it's plus minus 0.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So your defense is 11. So no, you did not. She says, or he says, he turns and goes, bad dog, and you leap And Liam just sidesteps and says, leave. And Morty says, oh, I'm sorry, and takes off running.
You're also being very naughty.
Oh no.
I'll get to you next.
And that leaves us with the villain.
Oh my god.
The tormented spirit is going to use wisdom drain on the second largest threat, which would be our good friend Dr. Bones.
All right, so
So
here we go.
it leaps forward at you going, "Meow,"
I don't like it.
and got a 14 to hit.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a miss.
Excellent. It swipes at you and you it like leaps at you and you side swipe and get just out of the way. And you can feel as its hand goes like past you, like this sense of mortality. Like this isn't a cat reaching at you. This is raw oblivion trying to get its hands on you. And it will give the next action to Liam.
Let's see what I have here up my sleeve. I don't have that many offensive spells.
You needn't necessarily use magic. I mean, if you wanted to just bat at somebody, you certainly can.
Yeah, I'm thinking the very classical cat thing of like
just batting it. Excellent. Go ahead and make an unarmed strike. So that would be your strength modifier, proficiency bonus, and a d20, please.
So I have -1 to that. 5.
Excellent. And it's really like that, like ineffectual, like batting away at something that a cat does when they're annoyed more than an actual strike.
No claws out at all. It's just a paw going like duk duk.
Yeah, he boops your snoot, but to no effect.
Who are you attacking?
I would assume
Liam?
that would be you, right? You're attacking because you two are like.
We were getting along so good. What? Oh, okay.
And the charm
that's not so bad.
ends instantly as soon as you like boop him on the snoot. You instantly are out of the charm effect because that's 2 rounds.
Hey,
But that does not mean that the cat does not want to
Still do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Might go for one last, like very slow experimental boop there.
I'm charmed.
Like, yeah, it's like the first one's like an angry boop, and the second one's like, "Oh wait, are we?
Are we fighting? I think you might be deserving of this. I'm not sure, but I'm in the middle of a strike, and I'm like, oh, okay. Like
And so, who would Liam like to give initiative to now that Liam is free of the of the tormented spirit's charm?
So I am thinking probably Brisby because I want you to respond.
Excellent, Brisby. What would you like to do?
valid.
first of all, just kind of give the we cool here, like that kind of deal. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna try to attack this thing against Tim's better judgment, but I don't think Frisbee would have that good judgment. Yeah, I'm gonna try to throw an axe at the guy.
Okay,
I'm gonna throw an axe at you, bro.
go ahead and make your attack check.
I will. I don't know how Kelly's dice showed up here in Rockford, Illinois, but
Oh, sorry. I had to send him somewhere.
oh, Kelly, you jerk. Okay. Ooh, with a boatload of modifiers on top of it, and all, I got a 6.
Excellent. You throw the axe and it goes far wide. Who would you like to hand the next?
Morty's gone, right?
Yeah, Morty has run inside.
Once again, I'm going to give it to. So I forget, Liam. You do have magic usury type stuff, right?
Yes.
Right. You cannot give it back to Liam because Liam
I kind of thought so because he just went. Okay, I'm giving it to Doc, the other magic using guy.
Okay.
New dice, buddy.
Is the cat directly in front of me?
directly. Yes.
Okay, then I would take disadvantage, and I don't trust my dice that much. Okay. Then I'm just going to check one other thing. Boop. That is a saving throw based. Cool. I'm going to cast Sacred Flame,
Nice.
which requires a Constitution saving throw.
Does an 18 make your save?
Yes, by quite a bit.
But they still take half or none?
No, they don't. It does not work, but it is very bright here all of a sudden. So all of that, like any light like issues that we had from like the candles going out is definitely bright for how long does this last? A couple rounds probably.
Yeah.
Oh, as long as I concentrate. That's cool.
Excellent. Well, you've got that concentrating light going. Who would you like to hand the next initiative to?
I'm going to hand it off to Lee. Liam's already acted this round, so I can't do that. Is the captain the only one that hasn't acted?
Yep. So you can either hand it to Oz and the villain goes twice, or you can hand it to the villain.
I'll hand it to the villain and be like, "Come on, you darn cat thing!
You have
Here, kitty.
Here, kitty!
I would like
Ting,
to.
ting, ting."
I would like to remind you, after you've handed this initiative over, that you have 9 fortune in the fortune bowl right now.
I know.
All
I
right.
know. Oh,
Yeah.
So he's going to take another swipe at you with that unarmed strike, with that wisdom drain. That's a 7. So as he leaps at Dr. Bones deftly sidesteps, and the cat goes and slides through the wall and then comes back into the property.
Were you any good at this when you were alive? Because you suck right now. Ting, ting.
Oh!
You have the cat's undivided attention, while the cat.
One might say you're ghastly.
But now you have 10 in the pool.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that. I need it.
And the tormented spirit will hand the initiative over to Oz.
Wonderful. Oz is gonna hunker down, which I can't tell if it doesn't say it takes an action or anything. So my hunker down means I can partially pull into my shell and just get some additional defense and a bonus on con saving throws.
Right, you just
for
do
the
it.
scene.
Yep.
Okay, I just do that. And he's gonna pull out a dagger and try to attack this thing.
All right. Go ahead and make that attack roll. You can use either dex or strength, whichever's higher, because a dagger is a finesse weapon.
Wonderful. Plus proficiency is 3. That's going to be a 19.
19. You get it dead bang. You stab it right between the eyes. And your
Beautiful.
dagger passes
Love it.
harmlessly through its spectral form.
Okay.
Unless that
That was
dagger is
why I didn't
magical.
pull out my gun.
Right.
Sadly, it is not.
Very good. Who would you like to give? You have now learned that it is immune to non-magical weapons.
Beautiful. I was happy to make this sacrifice. I will pass it
Thank you for your
over
service.
to I will pass it to Liam.
Excellent. Liam, now that you have your wits about you, what would you like to do?
I wonder, does dispel magic work if it's a magical creature?
Dispel magic will not make this go away. You'd need a dismissal or a
Oh.
banishment spell or something like that. I would like to call your attention to, at this point, the now open masterwork container that is sitting between all of you. It's open. You do see the gauntlets of reviving, but you also see a note, a handwritten note on top of them. It's a little much to read in the heat of combat, but that is an available item you can grab if you so choose.
Understood.
I'm wondering, would Liam be in that state of mind? So I'm not really. I just got out of the charm. I booped Brisby on the nose.
If you want to make a wisdom save against yourself, maybe to see if you have the wherewithal to put it together. Does that sound fair?
Yeah. Roll. It's a 8 plus. Okay, so it's 9.
Probably, yeah. Grabbing that and using it right away might be a bit much for Liam at the moment, but it is there. It is present. You certainly don't clock what the note says.
Okay. I'm just thinking that I might. No one's hurt. Don't know. Damn it, why did I dismiss Marty?
You could always try to go get Morty back.
I'm wondering if I should.
Can you whistle? Just whistle. He's a good boy. He'll come.
Oh god. I have locate person, worst case. Locate Morty. This is the thing, my character is not built for combat. It's very much built for like problem solving. And
Yeah, I feel you.
If you want to cast,
if you
want to cast locate person and run for Morty, that's a perfectly valid choice. If that's what you want to do.
So I'm kind of feeling that is probably what I would do. Just kind of like noticing, like, oh shit, well, conventional weapons won't do. Having vague memories of dismissing a powerful magic user.
Someone scared that dog off. I better go get him.
I'm
Excellent.
not gonna apologize. Definitely not. But you know,
And none would expect you to, of course. So you cast locate person and take off running inside of Morty's lair.
yes.
Are we all running now?
No, well, right. It's up to the rest of you.
No. Bones was just kind of muttering to himself. Are we all running now? Is this what's happening?
Who would you like to give the next initiative to, Liam?
I'm going to give it to, let's see, Oz.
Oz has gone this turn, so
Oh, okay.
your valid
Was
choice.
that I thought that was last round.
Was it last
Yeah.
round? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You're right.
Oz finished
The
it.
tail end
You're
of
right.
the last round.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yep. So you can give it back to Oz. Absolutely.
Okay. In that case, Oz would like to give the help action and pass the turn to Dr. Bones.
All right. Dr. Bones, you have
Okay.
advantage on whatever you would like to do.
Okay.
Is that going to negate your disadvantage that you were worried about?
Yeah, I think it will. So, I'm gonna risk it actually and take a 5-foot step back
Okay.
so that this thing's not right in front of me.
All right. And I assume not taking the disengage
No,
action in the process.
I'm not taking disengage. I need everything I can get.
Okay. Does a 19 tag you?
A 19 will tag me even with my shield up. Yep.
Okay. So you lose 4 points off your wisdom as it strikes you.
Oh wow. -4 wisdom. This seems like a great idea.
And the spirit gains back 5 stamina points.
That sounds great. And now I'm gonna hit it with guiding bolt
Excellent.
with a nat 20
Beautiful. So
and a 6, but
roll those dice and double the result, and then add your spellcasting attack bonus.
Okay, so that is going to be 6, 10, 26, 27.
Excellent.
Hadouken.
As you fire at this spirit with this just clean blast of white light shoots forth out of your hand, streaking through the air. And as it hits the spirit, the entire spirit bursts, covering itself in these like sparkles of various rainbow colored lights. And then it just sort of turns to ash and dissipates into the wind. You have defeated the tormented spirit. Congratulations.
I think it's gone. Good job, buddy.
I feel like buying NFTs. I don't know why.
That's 11 in the fortune bowl. And Liam, you come running in the front door as Morty comes running out with his hands like this, just various different masterworks sticking out from his hands. He's like, "Don't worry, I got something that'll get rid of it." Oh, it's you.
It's gone.
Oh, well, good job.
Thank you for thinking so quickly on your feet, though.
Oh, I was terrified.
Well, you did well under pressure, considering. Well done. Well done.
Thanks. You look like you don't have enough magic. Maybe each one of you should take one of these.
Yes.
And he hands each of you a humming stick. When the user makes an attack roll with this metal club and scores a hit, they deal an additional 1d4 lightning damage.
Ooh.
If it's absorbed by a cat, their unarmed strikes deal an additional 1 lightning damage.
Oh.
Oh.
Fun.
What if he breaks all of them? This is becomes Thor.
What happens is he can then refine once he's internalized it. And that works just like refining the stick if it's not internalized, which increases the damage by 1 scale. So 1 damage becomes 1d4, 1d4 becomes 1d6, so on and so forth. So you could internalize the humming stick and then spend refinements as you level up to increase the lightning damage your claws do.
Fun.
If you wanted to do that, that is an option. But you each have 1 humming stick. And those can be found in Morty Corgi's Scroll of Mysteries, now available over at the Canis Minor. I disappeared.
That's magic. Arf, 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 arf.
Says that'll help you a little bit.
Does he throw these sticks to us?
Yeah, he just hands each.
Ha! I got it. Here you go. I'll bring it back to him.
Are you okay?
I never better. Let's go get drunk and get tattoos.
Did that spirit touch you?
Yes.
Oh boy. All right. You're gonna want to sleep that off.
Oh, I don't need to sleep. I think I can stay up all night and then take a test.
I really think you need to sleep. Well, how many stamina points do you have?
Full actually. I've got 60.
Oh, you probably can't drop it. No. He casts sleep on you to no effect. Oh, great. Listen, you're going to want to keep him away from anything shiny or sharp for about the next day or so. How many times did it get you?
Just once.
Oh,
I feel good.
I bet you do. What's this? He pulls out the note. Dear Morty, this is for Dalmatian Cove. I've not forgotten you, old cur. Should you live, you'll have your trinket. With disdain, Dreamerella Van Angora. Well then.
Well, it was kind of her to give you a thing despite having a problem with you.
Oh, she's holding on to some old stuff about one time when I abandoned her in the middle of an adventure. I had somewhere I had to be. It was a mistake. I should probably send her a basket or something.
Do you feel like this artifact will
Oh yeah,
serve your
this
needs.
thing's great. He pops his hands in the gauntlets. He says, "If you put these on somebody who's dying, they'll get better. But you can also punch someone in the face with them and hit them with lightning.
And they get better.
They do get better. That's true."
So are you, even though that we brought this for you, are you offering it to us to take to
Oh no,
gather the
I
other
need,
adventures?
This is exactly what I need for my
Okay.
trip to the farm upstate.
Okay. Well, then maybe we don't need the pamphlet.
Excellent. Well, here are your beaten sticks I've given you. Enjoy those. I would recommend you all get some rest before you head out going any further. You're welcome to stay here at the tower.
That sounds like a good idea to me. So our wise friend is wise once more.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much for the accommodation.
He has you all taken inside, and you realize that all of the servants inside this tower are spectral cats and dogs. The entire tower itself is a massive, opulently decorated structure filled with all of the souvenirs that one might gather during a long and storied career as an adventurer. And the beds are quite comfortable, so you may all sleep. As you sleep, you can
We're all killed.
No.
regain any. So you can regain any stamina dice that you had spent. Regain any stamina points that you are down. And your wisdom score returns to normal.
Okay.
When you wake, the spiritual servants give you a note from Morty that says that he had some pressing business to attend to, but feel free to enjoy this breakfast feast and see yourselves out. And there is an opulent and just giant smorgasbord of a hero's feast laid out for you.
How thoughtful.
That's very nice.
Look at all that cheese.
Look at those chickens.
Oh, that looks like some particularly delicious romaine. I'm slowly becoming Jamie Stewart.
There's some chicken mixed in with some rice. This is excellent.
Excellent.
Unseasoned. Lovely. Good for my stomach.
Everyone, I assume, chows down on this glorious food.
Yes.
Sure.
Wonderful.
Food, glorious food.
Anything else that you'd like to do before you leave Morty's castle?
Can we take some of the food with us? Like just for provisions? I mean, we've already got rations. I don't know if it'll make
Yeah,
difference.
you can-
Do we
if-
have Tupperware?
If you don't have rations, I would allow you to add rations to your rucksack.
Nice.
Absolutely.
I realize I technically do have rations. I just didn't finish filling out my rucksack.
Okay. Good to know. So you could spend them if you so chose.
Okay. Well, I guess the question before this, group is what's next?
Isn't that always the question?
Indeed, you have a few options. You could proceed to, well, really, your options are you can go to. You have no need to go to Houndton now.
Right.
Oh, good. I didn't want to.
So you
deal
got
with the
Saturn's
vampires.
Sight, Lasso of Pliability, and potentially the Dragon's Heart 2.
I feel like the Dragon's Heart should be saved for like a climactic, the end of our quest. You know, it's real.
So it's the last dragon?
Yes, the Dragon Heart. Yeah. It is the last one.
So Saturn's Sight was like 3 days away. Port Matthew was like about 5.
Saturn Sight's 7 days away.
Okay.
Port Matthew's 5.
Yeah, because that's the Lonely Tower.
Yep.
And Dragon Heart's 3?
in the Water Dog Port. Yeah.
Well, Dragonheart's
Okay.
3 days on Water Dog Port's 3 days on sale. Then who knows how long you have to spend in the underneath to get to the Dragon's Lair.
Right.
Right. The people that might know about the lair and Waterport.
It looks like Port Matthew talking to Crowley and trying to get the lasso of pliability. That's not where Reggie is, right?
Reggie is also in Port Matthew.
Okay.
Now, Reggie, your initial reason for possibly seeking out Reggie was that Reggie might have a necromantic tool. But if you wanted to try to seek out Reggie for anything else, you could certainly do so in Port Matthew.
Who is the other person in Port Matthew that might know about
Crowley.
the lasso?
Crowley von Longhair, who has a lasso.
Amazing.
Absolutely has a lasso.
Okay.
That
I
is
think
an
I
unknown
recommend
quantity.
Port Matthew, I guess, but I'm not like overwhelmingly passionate about that. What say ye all?
What Matthew might be nice.
Yeah, I'm thinking Port Matthew.
Yes, it's been quite a number of years since I've been at Port Matthew, so it'd be lovely to make it out that way.
Your navigator says, Port Matthew's fine and all, but I can't leave the boat when we go there.
That understandable. Well, I suppose unless you want to go on shore,
No,
we're
I
not
mean,
going to
like-
make you strapped to the.
They don't let birds in, so I'll have to wait in the boat.
Oh, that's terribly rude of them. Wouldn't they shoot that?
It's House von Rex is bit rude when it comes to my people.
Aren't you going to stay on the boat anyway?
Yes, I'm just telling you that I won't be able to come help you on the shore at all. If you yell for help, I will have to yell back, too bad. That's all. Just making sure you're aware.
You wouldn't have yelled that anyway, would you?
Probably, but I mean, I'm starting to take a bit of a liking to you. We'll see the next 7 days at sea treats us.
So he's essentially saying nevermore.
Exactly.
So that's his cousin, the Raven. He's the crow. So
Right.
it's a mild possibility.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Well, having said that, do you have anything else you want to do before you head out on the sea?
Well, is it? So I'm assuming our august captain knows that, like, okay, this is a journey ahead of us. This is the boat we have upgraded. Does the captain like our chances of getting there, or like we potentially screwed, or like what's up with all that?
Sailing from Mutttown to Port Matthew is a regularly sailed trade route.
Okay.
I'm not going to say you might not run into some pirates on the way.
Sure.
But it's as far as safe places to sail to, Water Dog Port or Port Matthew are your guys.
Okay.
Chances of you running into problems on the way to Water Dog Port are almost none.
Okay.
Badgers do occasionally try to raid along the seashore, but the inhabitants of Mutttown do a pretty good job of keeping them in line. So, really, you're going to have, if you go to Port Matthew, you're going to have 3 days on the open sea, 3 days on the river.
Okay.
Make sense?
Oh yes, it's not a problem at all going to Port Matthew. It's delightful. I've been there a number of times, but it's been a number of years.
Are the rivers as caustic as the sea is?
The river is as caustic as the sea is. So,
Okay.
in terms of seaworthiness loss, you're making the same checks.
Got it.
First thing I'd like to do is I'd like to have our captain roll a single d20 for me 6 times and let me know if any of those come up a 1, and if so, which one it is.
Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 4 10s in a row. I'm gonna roll a different die. 5. Oh, it was almost a 1. 6 and a nat 20.
Excellent. Your journey is uneventful in the sense that you run into no other hostile boats. However, there is a bit of travel that we need to address. So, each day of sailing after day 1, a member of the crew must make an integrity check for the ship. An integrity check is made immediately after the day's seaworthiness loss is applied. So to make the integrity check, you roll a D100. If the roll is equal to or less than the ship's seaworthiness, nothing happens. So your first day on the acid sea, you have
160.
160.
Yeah.
Your second day, drops to 157. Third day, 156. Fourth day, 152. Fifth day, 150. And when you arrive at Port Matthew, your seaworthiness is reduced to 147.
Awesome.
Is there anything that you would like to do did the first mate want to attempt to avoid any of that seaworthiness loss?
He
Yeah,
can
totally.
every day, right? Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
So what do I have
First
to
mate,
do to
that's
do
you.
that?
You roll a d10 against the seaworthiness loss.
I would like to. All right.
So, then what's that
I
first?
guess so 5 the first.
Okay. Then you prevent any seaworthiness loss the first day?
Okay. How many rolls do I need to make total?
7. Or 6,
7?
I'm
Okay.
sorry. 6.
So 5, 4,
Okay.
3. Next one's 2. Damn it, 2. 1. What the hell?
That's nice. That's awesome.
10. So 15.
3.
All right. So in
5,
total,
4, 3.
because
3, 2, 1, 3.
because it goes day by day, in total, you actually only lose 4 seaworthiness over that entire journey.
All right,
See
that's
the-
better, but that's
see-
frustrating.
See the benefit of having a first mate?
Wonderful.
So
Now I guess we don't actually need to roll anything because we can't roll above this, right?
right, you're not in any situation. There are some situations where a seaworthiness penalty will be applied, like a roll
Got it.
to your integrity check will be implied, or a penalty
Okay.
will be applied, I should say. Ooh, forgot how to talk
Yeah.
for a second there. So sometimes you would have to roll it, but generally speaking, if your seaworthiness is over 100, you don't have to make those checks.
Okay.
Good
Got
to
it.
know.
I was gonna say I was like trying to track them by date. I was like, wait, I'm lost. I don't know what we're doing. Oh god.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep track of myself too. And when we're doing those, if we're speeding through, Kelly and I should make our checks together so that I don't get confused about
Yeah.
how much seaworthiness we lose.
Oh, totally.
But that's my bad. So on the 7th day, you arrive peacefully in Port Matthew. You're able to dock for a modest fee of a few coins. So if anyone would like to pay that fee and reduce your coins by 1 step.
I'll pay it.
All right.
I have a few coins on top of the other one, so that'll be. I just will have no few coins.
Okay. Now you have an address for Crowley's private residence, which is in the Spire district. Did you want to head straight there, or did you want to try to look around and see if you could find Reggie first?
I don't necessarily care about this Reggie fella, but I would like to just do a general scouting and find out what the scuttlebutt is about Crowley, I guess. But that's me. I mean, if somebody else does want to, because we don't have a direct reason to check out Reggie Hexagon, but that doesn't mean he won't be helpful, I suppose. I mean, getting information from this guy, even if it's over a quest we don't need to do, I mean, doesn't sound like the worst idea. But
So
unless he
how-
wants
you
to
might-
kill us.
how would you
Might
like?
have some good stories.
So are you planning on like hitting inns and doing some carousing?
Yeah, that's what I would like to do.
Are you going as a group, or are you going to split up, or what's your plan?
Oz is probably trying to like do like the tour of the town for people that haven't been here, but like everything's changed in the like 3 decades since he's been here. So it's more like a oh, that used to be, and this.
Right. It's changed hands a couple times, I think, since then.
Exactly, yeah.
Dr. Bones is very excited about this tour as a historian.
Excellent.
Yes.
Oh, you can actually see the remnants of the architecture. The structure beneath is quite brilliant.
And what about Liam? Is Liam doing anything in particular as you're doing this walkabout?
I'm probably going to break out of the group a little, just because we're now in cat territory, and I think that being a cat by themselves might open up for some different kind of rumors that they might not want to share with the rest of the group.
Beautiful. So why don't we go ahead and have 2 charisma checks using Persuade. I want one made by Brisby. I want one made by Liam. Liam, you have an advantage on this check.
I've got Speedy and Charming as my upbringing.
Nice.
So that should give you the benefit to your charisma.
So add the proficiency bonus is what you're saying? So
Only if you have Persuade. Otherwise, being charismatic is already figured into your stats.
Okay.
So I got a 17.
Excellent.
I got a 13.
Excellent. So the 2 of you both discover through various methods and means that, well, first of all, you find out that Crowley von Longhair is a extremely rich member of the Shadow Block who has made his fortunes largely through gambling. Many people accuse him of cheating. He also sponsors all sorts of sporting events. He has jockeys at horse races. He has, gladiators that ride in chariot races for him. He's very big in the entertainment business, you might say. So he's very, very well off, lots of political enemies, lots of people, and one of the wealthiest members of the Shadow Block. In addition to that, should you be interested, Liam, you discover that Reggie, the Untrustworthy, is been spotted in a rowdy tavern called the No Quarter in the Dock District of Port Matthew. No Quarter is kind of tavern that frequently ends a shift by bodily removing all of its patrons. It's a good place to go to get into a fight. As you're wandering alone, do you want to go try to face Reggie alone, or do you want to go share this with the group?
I'm actually, just because my character is already feeling some level of sympathy towards Reggie, I think Liam might actually wander off by themselves.
Okay. You arrive at the No Quarter, and Reggie, the Untrustworthy, is there. Very clearly in his cups, very jovial, buying drinks for the bar, and just going on rather loudly about his incredible adventures and his grand history. You see these kind of almost holding court. There are several people sitting at his table. A couple of them have cards out, so they're playing some sort of a gambling game. And he's got like his pointed hat and this opulent purple cape on, and he's just sitting back. Like, we're talking full-on Donald Glover and Solo. Like, he's got just the Lando Calrissian vibe. Everything you've heard about me is true. As soon as he walks in.
Dear, someone's ego to match mine own. Its sympathy is off charts now. This poor man obviously has just been the victim of dirt flinging with the reputation of the Untrustworthy.
Exactly. As you walk up, he says, "Oh, we got a new player," and he gestures to one of the seats.
Max, what are the rules of this game?
It's just a standard friendly game of poker. Nothing too fancy.
Well, very well. I could join. I would be also interested in conversing with you. After all, your reputation succeeds you.
Well, thank you. I've earned every stitch of it. So, what can I? What did you want to talk about? He starts shuffling the cards.
See, I was sent here by Morty Corgi.
Get scritched. He tosses the cards on the table, shoves all of his chips away, and gets up and starts to walk away.
Wait. So, I was sent here by him. However, when I started to hear more about who you are, I have to confess that I sort of developed a personal interest in what exactly happened to you. And I want to hear your side of the story, because even though I might be employed by him, I still have some reservations about his motives.
First of all, I don't know what. Nothing happened to me. I am perfectly fine. I am the picture of health. Secondly, what is he hiring you for?
He's currently hiring a lot of adventurers for lots of things, and
Always.
let's just say that there is a reputation that he might be sending people off to a suicide mission.
Oh, probably. What's he got you on? Morty's dangerous person to work for. What has he got you searching for?
Don't know if I should tell you this.
What? Don't you trust me?
I'm not reacting like this again.
Listen, if that old coot is going to be driving you into some danger, you seem like a nice enough cat. I would like to be able to advise you to stay out of it. What's he got you going after? Some ancient treasure somewhere? Some wild goose chase?
Yes. Well, it is certainly a fetch quest in all the corners of all the corners of the world. It does sound incredibly dangerous, and I am worried that he might make use of his good reputation built on, the comradeship of others, and now sees adventurers as disposable. So I'm merely trying to...
you're not telling me anything new about Morty. He's kind of always seen adventurers as disposable, but he's a dangerous guy to work for, and he comes up with some pretty half-baked ideas.
Have you heard of the farm upstate?
You see, the color leave Reggie's face. And he gets 1,000-yard stare, and he says, "The old cur's gone rabid. There's no farm upstate."
There is no farm upstate?
He's trying to... My friend, why... It's a suicide mission at best. Why would he try that? You can't let him do this. The only thing you'll find seeking a farm upstate is death. Hungry, noisy, lonely death.
So not just for the adventurers he's sending off, for himself as well.
I can't imagine even his magical might would allow for such a journey. I would recommend you abandon your quest. And tell the old cur if he changes his mind and chooses to live, a visit to my tower would be welcome. It's nearly complete. He turns and starts to walk away, wiping tears from his eyes.
I think at this point I won't stop him. And instead I'm just thinking, okay, I should take this info to the rest of the group. I'm not sure we're gonna abandon it, but it might be worth to to let them know what transpired.
And you should next session when you get a chance to get back together with them, because that's where we're going to wrap things up for this day.
Nice.
Any
I like
questions,
that dramatic
comments,
end.
complaints, or concerns about today's session?
0 complaints.
Thank you.
Yes,
Ryan.
thank
Except
you
for my
so
dice.
much for letting me come in late. This has been incredible.
Thank you. It worked out very well. The structure of your arrival worked out very well with the structure of the story. So I think it's worked out well. You have made great advances this session. You got a quarter of what you need, right? You got
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that will be an advance for everyone. You may advance your characters if you so choose. If you wanted to, Liam, I would allow you. You've had 7 days, so if you wanted to try to break that masterwork and internalize it, you could.
Yes.
All right, let's resolve that real quick before I forget to do so. And then if you wanted to, you'd be able to spend your advance for this level on increasing that damage if you so chose. Make sense?
So the damage is for the defib or for the gloves of resurrection.
The defib you're not breaking. That's the one that got given to Morty. I'm talking about the humming stick.
Yes, the humming stick.
So what you would need to do is make either, it's your choice, either an intelligence or a strength roll at difficulty 12.
That's gonna be intelligence, because strength was my dump stat.
And do you have either no arcana or masterwork knowledge?
I have no arcana.
Then you may have an advantage on the roll.
All right, so I rolled 17 without any bonuses.
Beautiful. You have absorbed the masterwork. Your unarmed strike now does 1d6 plus 1, or 1d6 damage plus 1 lightning damage. And if you wish to spend your refinement or your advance for the session refining that, you may do so, and that would bring it up to 1d6 regular damage plus 1d4 lightning damage.
I'll probably do that, actually.
You all also do now have a copy of that weapon. You may refine any masterwork in lieu of an advancement on your character. As we'll wrap things up, we'll be back together, same bat time, same bat channel, to meet with Crowley Von Longhair and to see what the party has to say about Reggie's feedback on things. It's a little bit of a different take, perhaps, than you've seen so far. So.
Nice.
Before we head out, let's have everyone go ahead and tell us who you are, what you do, who you've been playing, pronouns, and anything you would care to promote. And let's have Liam go first this time.
Okay, so hello, my name is Bianca. I've been playing Liam, a very selfish, greedy, scholarly cat. As for promotion, I mean, you mentioned that They Came From Beneath the Sea right now is on sale.
That is true.
Drive-through RPG. It's like super cheap. It's $2. So it's, what is it? Like it is
10% of. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. 10% of its cover price. You can't beat it. You will never be able to get it cheaper than this. And I cannot recommend it enough as well.
A lot of fun.
I've just thrown the link for that up in the chat. Anything else that you'd like to share before we head off, or before we move to the next person, Bianca?
Oh, pronouns. My pronouns are she, her. Liam's is he, his. And it's the spooky month. So go enjoy B horror movies and They Came From.
Absolutely, yes. Be out there playing some They Came From. It's perfect for the season. Next up, please, Brisby, give us your pertinence.
Right. My name is Tim Stotts, he, him. I'm playing a character named Brisby, who's also he, him. He's a charming little mouse guy who's kind of a thief, but with a heart of gold, as is often a staple of these narratives. Let's see. I have a hemp dispensary called ACS Plus hemp.com. And I don't want to get you demonetized.
Sure. You have an Instagram.
I do have an Instagram, which ACS plus hemp. And then you can go look at that and figure out what to do with that information on your own.
Beautiful. I love it. And did you have anything else that you needed to share?
I don't think so. I do have one question, though. I'm kind of obsessed. I'm obsessed with junk food of many cultures. I noticed Bianca was eating chips. I want to know what flavor those are, please, if you would indulge us.
It's actually it's like Swedish tacos.
Okay.
I'm
on board.
Wait a second. Hold on.
I'm on board.
What? There are some steps that need to be explained in there, I think.
It's the Swedish like cultural appropriation of tacos as a food, which is just like, so what we have is some nachos, some minced meat, tomato, cucumber, lettuce. It's the vanillas of the most vanilla taco dish you can ever imagine. It doesn't even have salsa in it. It's just cheese and cheese sauce.
It still sounds fine for snacking, though. It still sounds fine for snacking.
I'm partially surprised because, so it's the end of the stream and I know that Kelly has somewhere to be, so I'm going to digress on a really weird tangent. I'm from Rockford, Illinois, which is super Swedish. And we have like Swedish dining, several places in town that offer that. Never heard of Swedish tacos.
You should open one.
At least the chips aren't lutefisk or something like that, I suppose. So
lutefisk is for Christmas. That's like way off.
Oh, okay.
This is like staple Swedish household food. Is Taco Tuesday.
Now we know.
And Kelly and Krista got some ketchup or all dressed going on, or
oh god.
You can tell I'm on a low carb diet. I'm very interested in chips right now.
Speaking of Kelly,
yes,
yeah, I knew you got to go.
I'm Kelly. He and him, as well as my horribly built character, Heraldrick Bones, which hopefully will be a little more useful with new dice. Very happy to be here. And if you want to see more of me and Krista, you can go over to twitch.tv/dorktales at noon, so noon Pacific, so in an hour, and check out Chapter 4 of Spelljammer: The Light of Xerxes, or if you're in more of a Chronicles of Darkness mood, I'm also running Vampire the Requiem Party Monsters, which is our own little house game of Requiem 2nd Edition, tonight at 8 p.m. Pacific. So who knows what time that is for everyone else.
Excellent. And also, if you're in a Chronicles of Darkness kind of mood, you should head over to the Storyteller's Vault, where you should pick up Shards of Contagion, which was worked on by myself and Kelly and another group of glorious and wonderful individuals, bringing two great tastes that taste great together, with the Chronicles of Darkness Mirrors, which offers for sort of alternate realities to the main world, and then fed through the Contagion Chronicle.
Pain and suffering. It's great.
Pain and suffering. It is Garbamonzia in book form. So please go check out Shards of Contagion and say nice things about it on the internet to people.
Yeah, definitely. Review, please. Review.
Please review. It helps so much. And last but most certainly not least, we have Oz, our captain. Please give us your pertinence.
Hello, I'm Krista. She, and I'm playing Oz, who is he, him, our turtle captain, who's a little old, a little deaf, a little bumbling, but very sweet. Like these quality street chocolates that I have been snacking on, which are a British thing. So of course we have them here in Canada. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with Quality Street, but they're quality.
Oh, and I didn't get a chance to tell you last session because you weren't here. My condolences on the loss of your head of state.
Oh yeah.
I was like, what happened to Trudeau?
Yeah.
I think let me translate this into Canadian for as the American translator here. Our apologies for your ascension of state.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Correct. Yes. No, you're absolutely right.
And was there anything that you had wanted to share to the class that I had?
Well, as Kelly said, we're over at Dork Tales. Yeah, I'm going to be in full hippo costume in an hour. You can also, if you come over and check us out and like us, you can join our Patreon and come watch our Strixhaven game, which is a Patreon exclusive. It will be out regularly in a couple of months on our just regular YouTube. But for the time being, if you want to watch live, it's Patreon exclusive, and it is a insane, wacky, raunchy dating sim. At Magical University.
It's college.
And that's patreon.com/dorktales, correct?
Yep.
That's the one.
Go over and throw
then,
them your money, please.
Yeah, and it's lots of fun, and we do a lot of dumb things. So come check us out over yonder.
Rock and roll. On that bright, shiny note, I will be wrapping things up. I've been Travis, he, they. When I'm not running games, I'm writing them. I would love it if you went and bought them and told your friends to do the same. Please wash your hands, wear a mask, take care of yourselves and each other, hug a loved one, and we will see you the same time next week. Have a good one, everybody. Stay safe.
Bye.